Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Listen online, the website that rocks. That's KMOD.com. Past shows are available on iTunes. Search under BMMS. Listen with your cell phone. Get the iHeartRadio app available from the App Store of your cell phone provider. More on that at iHeartRadio.com. And we are on Facebook. Facebook.com/BMMS69. That's where you can hang out with us each and every day. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Corbin.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Oh, good morning.
Our 50th anniversary concert is happening in April at the BOK Center. Shine Down 3 Days Grace. Tickets available at BOKcenter.com. We'll do some listener emails where we give advice that you ask for. You ask for our advice. And we will give it at 8. We've got to tell the truth.
Hell yeah.
And our Crawl for Cancer is happening Saturday, April 1st. This is the last week to get your team registered. You can also create your own team at crawlforcancer.org if you love day drinking. Usually, I think I can only think of one time it hasn't been nice.
Yeah, even then it wasn't bad. It wasn't like cold. It wasn't like pouring down rain. It was just kind of spitting on you.
Yeah, it's always a fun experience.
Mm-hmm.
And you can sign up again because this is the last week to get your team registered. Sign up to be on our team at KMOD.com or create your own team, crawlforcancer.org. And in 3 days, it is St. Patrick's Day. You can win your spot to be a part of the Bar Hop Shamrock Pub Crawl. Contest page at KMOD.com from Guinness Stout and 97.5 KMOD. Today is Pi Day. Celebrate appropriately.
Which Pi Day?
Well, it's Pi Day, 314.
Yes. It's also the male Valentine's Day.
Ah, yes.
The old steak and whatever day.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, March 13th, March 14th. Yeah.
Is it?
I mean, that's what they say.
I know what the calendar says, but is it?
Right. We all know that we're just going to eat steak, and that's about as far as that goes.
Some not even that.
Right.
Have you seen the prices? I've got excellent news.
Yeah.
I found my driver's license.
Oh.
I know you were all worried.
Congratulations.
Was this before or after?
Well, I'll tell you the story, Lindsay.
Okay.
So I leave here on Friday, and I'm like, I got to go to the driver's license place. Might as well start the process. I wasn't exactly sure all the things I need because it is a real ID. I know what it says online, but there's also conflicting things, whatever. So let's just go straight to the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
So I go to the one that I've always gone to that there isn't a line.
Right.
And I get there and I walk to the door and it says, we are offering no more driver's license today, which I don't know what that means.
Ooh,
There's a limit? Whatever. And so I go to look and the line is right to the door. I was like, hell's no, I ain't doing that. I don't like waiting in lines.
Right.
I got other things to do,
Mhm.
right? I have a driver's license. If I were to get pulled over, it would create a little bit of a headache for me because I'd have to prove I have one in court and all that other stuff, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Right? It's already lost. It's not like I'm creating more problems.
Mhm.
Right.
So I'm like, and this whole thing I haven't really stressed about losing my driver's license. And I needed to go to Dallas this weekend to do this Homeland Security thing. It's called global entry. It's a way to come back and bypass customs. And so they told me I needed my driver's license. Sure. Passport, driver's license. You need those two things.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, I'll hopefully they'll just give me grace.
Right.
Right? Hopefully they'll just give me grace. I mean, what can you do?
Right.
I've made the appointment. I can't cancel the whole family's appointment. It took us forever to get it. So I was like, it is what it is. And so I'm at the grocery store getting some limes. And my phone rings and friend of the show, Eric, who works at the BOK Center. And he's like, hey, man. I'm like, what's up? Found your driver's license.
All right.
And I knew when it was him, I was like, oh, dog, right in front of the limes. I'm like, that is so spectacular.
Yeah.
And so he's like, yeah, it's right where you said it was. They went and looked and it was right there.
Well, didn't you already call once?
I asked him to check, and you know
Okay.
how that is. Hey, man, did anybody turn in some? Nah, man.
Gotcha.
And then it was like, hey, remember you asked me? And so, which I get, when people come through there and things get lost. And
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm like, sweet. Now this is Friday.
Mhm.
I'm leaving Saturday. So
Oh.
I have to go downtown
Yeah.
right then.
Mhm.
And so I go downtown. Well, they've got places close because there's hockey. I had to park somewhere. And I'm like, I'm only going to be up there for like 5 minutes, but I don't want a ticket.
Pause for a second. How deep into Friday night are we? Is
It-
this like right after the show
It's
or
4
is this
o'clock.
okay? 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like 6, 7, 8.
No.
You
It's
know, you're
4
getting ready
o'clock
to
in the
eat
afternoon.
Dinners. Okay, 4 o'clock. You are
Yeah.
getting ready to have dinner. Okay.
Usually I'm done. And so I'm like, well, I got to pay to park because
Mhm.
I don't want to get a ticket and create more headaches and all that. So I open the app because it's the Park Mobile thing, and it doesn't have. I can't find my password. I have to reset my password.
Uh-huh.
I reset my password, and then I don't remember what I reset my password to. Like it's taking forever just to. And I'm trying to get out of downtown to get back to Owasso before the traffic really hits. Oh, and when I leave, Owasso 169 is backed up almost all the way to 244.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm like, all right, it is what it is. Everything comes with interest.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. Here's mine.
Mhm.
True.
You didn't have to get a new driver's license, but you will be waiting in traffic.
You didn't want to wait in a line, but yet you're still waiting in a line.
Yes. Yes. JC was like, oh, I'm going to get that ass.
Right.
And so whatever, I get it. They're awesome. I'm like seeing their praises. I'm so excited to get it. Get home. No problems, right? We get to Dallas. No problems, right? Everything's fine. We have our appointment yesterday morning at 9 a.m.
Mhm.
And, it's like Homeland Security.
Mm-hmm.
It's very serious stuff. We get there, plenty of time, no problem. Places to park, everything was very fluid. Now, we went on Saturday, went to the Dallas Aquarium, which is awesome. If you've never been to the Dallas Aquarium, it's awesome. It's in an old warehouse,
Cool.
multiple levels,
That's neat.
all the expected animals and then some, right? It was awesome. Sloths. They had sloths. That's my favorite animal.
At an
Oh,
aquarium,
awesome.
huh?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And then some.
Okay.
And so we do that. We go to the Museum of Illusions. That was awesome too. My kids loved it.
Did you bring your hat, your magic wand?
No, it's like illusions, like on tricks on the eye,
Okay.
not real magic, bitch. And
So
that
you're
was
staring at a bunch of those old puzzles or posters from the 90s where you got to cross your eyes and you still kind of can't really see what's going on.
things like, oh, I'm sitting in a chair. Look how small I am, and my child is 9 feet tall or what. Silly stuff like that. They loved it.
That sounds like a good time.
Yes, they loved it. So we do all that, right? We go to they have this place called EVS. It's like a Dave and Buster's type of place. Kids
Okay.
play games. It was fun. It was awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
It was awesome. Do our appointment Monday morning. It's Homeland Security. It's at the airport. You're like, ugh. We go in there. I am not joking. Did not ask for my ID.
Get out.
We were in there, the four of us, no more than 10 minutes.
Wow. But sure as S, you go down there without your
Oh.
ID. Oh, and then it's just a big headache after that.
The guy who was, checking everything, like I thought it said interview. So I was like, oh, they're going to ask me questions or hey, is this your parents? Like,
Mhm.
that kind of stuff. Nope.
Were there any questions asked?
Passport?
Fair enough. They
My
did interview
goodness.
you.
I guess.
They did ask the question.
And not that this isn't a complaint. It was just odd. So we're in a cubicle and he's, helping us. It was super nice guy.
Mhm.
And I'm not joking, blaring Molly Hatchet.
That's
Huh.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And Molly Hatchet, usually people that love Molly Hatchet or Blair Molly Hatchet have a certain MO about them.
Uh-huh.
And none of those signs were present. Now, maybe they have a policy you can't display things in your cube,
Right.
but I couldn't peg him
Right.
as a Molly Hatchet guy. Usually you can read people
Right.
when it comes to certain genres or types of music or even artists. And he didn't fit the bill I mean, maybe a gun was the only thing that fit the bill. But that's part of the required uniform.
Right.
And so 10 minutes, I was kind of furious.
Yeah. Maybe they do that just to intimidate and scare people. Or maybe you just didn't look intimidating or worrisome. Maybe, they randomly check.
Yeah, but have you
people
seen
or
my
have
wife?
To do interviews.
Well, Mr. Pierce, your skin isn't dark enough. Your beard isn't long enough. So I guess we're just going to go ahead and let you through on this one.
I'm not saying that, but you may be onto something.
Right.
But they,
like I couldn't make it through.
I mean, well, here's what happens, right? Like they click your name, and I saw him scrolling through some things, and I think they're looking at your record.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
like police record? Or,
yeah.
Okay.
Any criminal record, times you left the country, things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have any. I know at least I'm not. Don't have any flags.
You don't think so?
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I've never been incarcerated. I've never been charged with a felony.
Mm-hmm. You do travel in and out of the country quite a bit, though.
Maybe once a year. I don't think that's abnormal.
Right.
No.
And so you scroll through and you see I got nothing. They're like, okay. Like he's got nothing he wants to ask questions more about. Mm-hmm. You went to Cabo. It wasn't like I went to Merida.
Right.
Merida, Mexico. And I was there for 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I see here you took a trip to Colombia for the week.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You're constantly
no luggage.
You're constantly going to Venezuela and you're never there for very long.
Right.
And it says you never checked luggage. So it was nothing.
Well, that's good. That's good. See, all that interest that you paid, it was like pre-interest on Friday to go ahead.
Paying my debt, sure.
Yeah,
I'm a
get
believer
it
in
out
that.
of the way on Mondays or whole weekends. We ain't got nothing to worry about.
I'm not a believer in that, but I like that thought process of like, oh, I'm waiting in traffic today because then when I, go to check out at the grocery store, there will be none.
Absolutely.
There you go.
See, you wait in traffic today, so tomorrow you hit every green light on the way home.
Yeah. Dude, airports are crazy places.
They're fun.
Watching people is just such an amazing event at the airport. So we're sitting outside Homeland Security. So for those that haven't been to Dallas Airport, this is at the international terminal. So that means people arriving or departing to leave the country, right? That's the only flights. So many different cultures. And they have this global entry window where Homeland Security's office is, and you go in and go, I'm here for my interview. And they go, great, what's your name? Check your box, have a seat, they'll call you in a few minutes. And so I'm sitting there, one guy's sitting there, and the guard or agent or whatever calls a name, and he goes, you've been here for over an hour. Do you have an appointment? And the guy's like, yes. And he goes, great, what time's your appointment? And he goes, 2:30. It's 8:40 in the morning.
Whoa.
Bro, they say get to the airport like 3 or 4 hours early.
He took it literal, right? And the agent looks at him like, you heard what you said. Like, that does not compute. And the guy can read him and goes, no. Like, I just flew in. My appointment's at 2:30. My daughter is also having an appointment at that time. I'm just waiting for her.
Okay.
And he goes, why are you waiting until 2:30? And the obvious answer is, because that's when my appointment is.
Right.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, just come on. We'll get you in. Again, do you understand the willy-nilliness that's happening
Yes.
on security, whatever? So there's that event that happens.
We're just following your procedures, guy.
Yes,
We're
yes.
just doing what you told us to do.
And then this woman comes in and she has this, I could just tell by her gait, like she's got some righteousness about her.
Oh, boy.
She had her best resting Karen face on.
Okay.
She is ready to talk to the
Yes.
manager.
And so she goes up to the window, and it's a window that's made, it's not like shoulder high. It's low for, people in wheelchairs and things like that.
Sure.
And so she was kind of a tall woman. And so she leans down. I love when people do this. They always have like the vent for you to talk through. And then they have the little concave thing for you to like slide papers through, right?
Documents, cash, whatever.
And she leans all the way down to try and talk through the concave thing.
Oh, my.
Oh, it was so awesome. And my daughter's like, Daddy, help me do this. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
I want to hear the tea.
Absolutely.
And she just, and this guy's just like, I'm just here to check boxes on a sheet. I'm just a government employee. Check. barely, his English wasn't great. He was like Eastern Europe or something. And so she's like, I need you. I was like, oh, this is starting good. She's like, I need you to book me an appointment for as soon as possible for Homeland for my interview for Global Entry.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy goes, huh? She goes, she says it again. And he explains the process, which the process is you got to book an interview on your own. The interviews can be 9 months to a year out.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it online. And she's trying to walk up and do it right then.
Damn haircut. Get out of here.
Yeah. And he goes, hey, it could be 9 months. And she goes, 9 months for an interview. And he's like, yeah. Now I know the secret. I could have told her the secret, but she was being such a bitch.
Yeah.
To this poor chap. And so she goes, I guess I didn't make my question clear. Yeah, that's it. That's going to change the facts.
Exactly.
Right.
She says it again. And she goes, 9 months to a year for an interview. And he goes, sorry. And she just goes, well, that's ridiculous. Just the entitlement was just so crazy for this woman. And I was like, this has been 10 minutes. The guy with 2:30 and then this lady.
Mm-hmm.
And all I'm doing is sitting here watching. I'm like, this is awesome.
Just bring your popcorn.
Yeah,
with you.
Airports are great. The drama that unfolds at them. Oh. And then we walk through and we see a guy on the phone and he's just like, no, unacceptable. No, just mad. I'm like, so either you're waiting for somebody reunited, I don't know, or you're getting ready to leave somewhere and you're just twisted up. Oh, it was awesome.
Possibly.
Awesome.
Or maybe he's doing work over the phone, making a deal, wheeling and dealing. Nope, not gonna take it. Not a good offer.
Very rarely is someone wheeling and dealing at the arrivals terminal.
Right.
Right. I would be like, hey, if it's that big of a negotiation, I would think you'd try to do it a little more secluded or private. But
Right.
what do I know?
But hey, in front of God and everybody on speakerphone at the airport's perfect place for a meeting like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And, people from different cultures. So they're like, kids wandering around. They're like, I don't know where anything is.
Right.
I don't speak that language. It's so
Right.
awesome to watch. So awesome to watch. Yeah.
That's
So
fun.
best news, found my driver's license.
Yeah,
So
that is great.
crises averted.
Hooray!
But the line to get driver's license. And have you ever heard that? Like no more driver's license being offered for the day?
Yeah, that is
It was
weird.
11 a.m., by the way.
Yeah, it happened to
Really?
me at a tag office once. When I went to go renew mine or whatever, they had a sign up that says, not accepting driver's license after it was like 3 p.m.
Sure.
Something like that.
Sure.
Mhm.
Totally get that. Maybe they close at 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's 11.
Yeah.
Right.
I know some of the tag agencies aren't offering them anymore. You have to go to a certain place.
Right.
So-
That would say a different sign, I would think.
Right.
And that's one of the weird things about the state is those places are privately owned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
Bob's Drywall can also own Bob's Drywall and tag renewal.
Yeah.
You're right. So they can do things any way they want.
Mhm.
They just got to make sure they follow the rules on how that stuff is issued.
Mhm.
So crazy. But we'd love to help you with your advice. Maybe you need to wait for your daughter for god awful amount of time.
Right.
Bro, get an Uber.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else. If you're at the airport, don't they have a bar there?
I mean, I think once you're past security, but once you've arrived and you're outside of the gate,
Surely they got something to do.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to talk to Homeland Security after a few years.
But maybe you do.
Or maybe you do.
Maybe they want you to.
Yeah, they didn't do a sobriety check.
Yeah.
They didn't ask me if I was on any medication or had I taken any drugs today. I mean, I don't think you want to be drunk.
Right.
Right. You want to be able to at least speak coherently.
Yeah, some of y'all, though, it might straighten your voice out.
Yeah, right.
All right, we've got listener emails. We've got tickets to our 50th anniversary concert with Shinedown and 3 Days Grace. We'll take a break and we'll be back.
Tulsa's morning show.
On someone's OnlyFans page, maybe. I would say a guy that has some junk is going to start his own page. if he's single.
Gimpy.
I don't know. I don't know where to start, and I don't want to know where to start. So my advice to this person is figure it out your damn self. All right? Go find somebody and ask them if they got a big schlonger. And if the answer's yes, then okay, well, you're going to have to figure it out for yourself, but then there you got your answer. But I don't know. I have never searched for a guy with a huge schlong. I have no desire to search for a guy with a huge schlong. Now I'm out. I have no advice for you.
If you asked me where to find information on molecular science, I wouldn't be able to help you. Nor am I a resource for this. I'm just making an assumption. You might be focusing on the wrong thing.
Eyes up here, lady.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
If your objective's just to get that, go to the bar and ask guys.
Absolutely.
They will gladly tell you. And be ready to call them out on it. Because every guy is going to say they're a horse. That the Jolly Green Giant ain't got nothing on them.
When I had first pierced mine way back when I was in high school, you're proud of it. And I was talking to this gal, Amber, I think is what her name was. And I was telling her about it. Oh, yeah, penis is pierced, did it myself, blah, blah, blah. Let's it. Okay. So I had no choice but to present myself to her. Oh, it just goes to prove his point. You're going to have to be prepared for them to, whip it out.
Yeah. You're going to have to be very assertive. Did you end up sleeping with her?
No, I didn't.
Interesting.
Why you say that?
I asked for the dessert tray. I'm getting dessert.
Not if it's ugly.
I don't know anything about that. Mind-reading brain implant allows man to talk again. A 36-year-old patient who's being known as Pancho is the first person to try a mind-reading brain implant that lets him, quote, speak. He was paralyzed from the neck down by a stroke at the age of 20, and the device has allowed him to communicate at around 7 words per minute, despite only being able to move his eyes. After all that time, he did have something important to tell the researchers. They put the implant in. What do you think the first thing he said was?
Hello.
It's fantastic. I'm obviously asking because it's not hello.
Can I get a churro?
I'm hungry.
Not far off.
Uno cerveza, por favor.
I think they're just calling him Pancho. Not sure of his ethnicity.
Just saying. Why else would they call him Pancho?
This hospital food sucks.
Nice.
Well, I mean, he's speaking the truth.
He's like, if I could just tell him about the hospital food. Guys, I think it's working. He's about to say his first words. Everybody gather around. The hospital food sucks. Because it's a robot, right? Okay. Somebody get him an In-N-Out.
Yeah.
All these stories are on our Facebook page at Facebook. Not I love you, not thank you,
Right.
not
This is incredible.
Yeah, none of those things.
What's
Hey,
that
I've been
say
waiting 16 years to say something. None of that.
What's it say about the hospital food if it's that bad? Like all that overshadowed by the hospital food.
I mean, you kind of want to go, hey, it's just one guy's opinion.
We all know.
But he's been in the hospital 16 years. He's been like, oh, God, if I ever get the chance to talk again, this is airport runway worker killed after being sucked into the airplane engine.
Yikes.
Federal officials are investigating the weekend death of a grounds worker at the Alabama airport. NTSB said the worker at Montgomery Regional Airport was killed after he was sucked into the engine of an airplane. It happened Saturday afternoon, according to the NTSB. The American Airlines plane had just arrived from DFW when a ground support personnel was ingested into the engine. The unidentified worker was employed by Piedmont Airlines, which is a subsidiary of American Airlines. So, if you look at an engine, when it's not moving, it's got the little curly Q. That is on there to know if the plane engine is on.
Well, that makes perfectly good sense. Guess it didn't work for this guy, though.
He may not have been present that day or skipped that part of the training process.
I wonder what that is.
Dude, I don't even think you probably have time
No, you don't feel anything.
to. And does it? So when I was in high school, we had a family friend that owned a chicken farm,
Mm-hmm.
and during chicken harvest season, we would go and he'd pay us, and you make good money, right?
Yeah.
And you load up just the females, you don't load up the males, but you have to kill the males, and you're supposed to pop their necks and throw them in one of the cages, and then they get collected later, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, makes no sense. I'm sorry, cancel me. I don't know. I'm just saying that's the way it worked. Some of us, not me, would throw the chicken into the industrial fan. That chicken into the industrial fan, which are those big. Boom, 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 boom.
No, not me.
Have you seen my throws?
I would never do. Listen, Pepsi bowling champ of the 8th
That's
grade.
not throwing.
You gotta throw a ball.
It's rolling.
Whatever. You rolled that rooster on into the fan.
And it kind of like the point being is it would stall the fan wouldn't just keep running.
Right.
Right? Like it kind of would.
Yeah, bog down a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that happening with an airplane?
You would think.
You would think. But if that's the case, if something that ends up getting sucked into the engine is automatically going to shut the engine off, that would not be a good idea for a plane. Because ducks, geese, birds, Superman, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, the movie where they landed the plane in the Hudson, that's what that was about.
Yeah. So if it was going to, shut off anytime something flew into the engine, well, they wouldn't be on the ground or they wouldn't be in the air.
And what type of plane are we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
A big one, a small one.
If it's a regional airport,
seater?
it's hard. No, it ain't a big one. But anyway, crazy.
Yikes.
Got to take a break. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. That was 30 years ago.
And did you get any of the guts on you?
What is it?
No,
are you looking
checks
at
out.
A statute of limitations here to see if it's
Totally.
okay? Let you throw
I
your
didn't say
head
okay.
cocks in the fan. Come on.
Small town police station rocked by wild sex scandal. This is in Tennessee, where a small town police station was rocked by allegations of wild sexual misconduct after a married female officer allegedly had steamy romps with 6 male officers, including illicit on-duty liaisons, according to reports. Officer Megan Hall and her fellow law officers allegedly engaged in wild sexcapades that included sending dirty pictures, taking her top off.
Morning show. We do news quickies. These are stories you may have missed in the news. We cover them here on the air and then put a link on our Facebook page if you want more. That's facebook.com/BMMS69.
It's time for news quickies, world news, local news, and news that just makes you say, what the Now here's Corbin, Gimpy, and Lindsay with what's going on. News quickies from the Big 9 Morning Show at 97.5 KMOD.
Magician tackled on stage while performing intimate trick with a volunteer. This happened actually on a Royal Caribbean cruise on March 1st. Ben Murphy is an Australian TV host and magician, and he was allegedly attacked during his performance. During the trick, he's sitting at a piano with a volunteer, and they have folded playing cards sticking out of their mouths. And as Murphy leans in for a kiss, which is part of the trick, where the magician will swap the cards into the volunteer's mouth, he attempted to take the card out of the mouth, but his eyes widen because he sees, and the whole crowd sees on a large screen, a member of the crowd comes up and believed to be the volunteer's partner, charges him on stage and pushes the entertainer to the floor.
Well, he sure does, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Yes.
That's my woman.
Uh-huh. And so it gets posted online, and it says, "My assault on board. Entertainment, comedy, and magic are not contact sports." And the magician was pissed because he said this guest should not have been allowed to enjoy the rest of his cruise.
Are they going to just dump him in the water?
Right, exactly. Murphy claims that he suffered multiple bruises and blurry vision. And he says that the volunteer had given consent for the act. And she even looked like, "What are you doing, dude? Like, why are you up here? Like, of course, like, I'm volunteering for this." He was also upset because Officials, I guess, weren't helpful with him after the incident. And he says that authorities didn't even take his statement until a week after the assault.
I mean, when he says officials, is he talking about his employer? Because
Right.
you're on a boat. There's no law.
Right. That is true.
It's international waters.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think there would be some kind of security on a cruise ship. You would think.
There
anyway.
is,
Mhm.
but it's for the interest of the ship.
Right.
Okay.
It's like security at a building,
Okay.
Yeah.
right? It's their thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people throw people off ships.
I don't
Yeah.
know what happened.
Yeah.
They lose it. They
Yeah.
lose their ass.
He was here and now he's not.
And I don't believe anything a magician does. I'm just being honest.
They're very tricky people.
That's literally what they do
Right.
is tricks.
Mhm.
Right. Lies.
And the guy, if he was going to hurt him, I think he would have hurt him more. Does he push him? Yes. But if I feel threatened and I think someone's kissing my wife, I'm not doing that.
Not just pushing him off his stool. So what are you saying? You thinking maybe it was set up? It was rigged?
I mean, I don't believe in plants. I mean, I believe that usually magicians use plants. So
Mm-hmm.
that's typically what happens.
Hmm.
It's a little harder to do, I think, on a cruise, but
That makes sense though, but it gets people talking. And it gets this guy, this magician,
right?
in the headlines.
exposure is
Yeah,
expansion.
yeah,
So
that's true.
Mhm.
Any
Nobody's-
publicity is good publicity.
we're not talking about the magical Mike or whatever this cat's name is,
Right.
Right.
unless this happens.
The great Mikini.
He's sitting in his stateroom going, I gotta get off this ship. I gotta get off the ship.
What can I do? A woman cuts a live hamster in half and then eats it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the video's on our Facebook page. This actually comes out of England, and the video itself was taken mid-May last year. It made some rounds on the internet. It's just now coming out. So guess what had happened was there's this gal, she's 39, her name's Emma Parker, and she's seen on the video, she's got hamster, Mr. Nibbles, inside the hamster ball there, and she's got this large knife, and she's like poking at the hamster and poking and prodding, trying essentially to stab this damn hamster in the bowl. Well, the hamster escapes the bowl, she grabs the hamster, takes a knife, whacks it, cuts it in half, and then it shows her on film eating the two halves of the hamster.
It's pixelated, folks. Don't worry.
For the most part, there's it's not very good pixelation because there's a bloody hamster in there you can see go towards her mouth.
You got to put that cigarette down.
So the video makes its rounds on the internet, and then it starts an investigation, and then police pick her up. She admits to cutting the hamster in half and then eating it. She says that she was trying to help it die because one of her dogs had bitten it. So she goes to court. The judge ends up giving her 12 months in prison for this act. And she's been banned from having any animals, keeping any pets or anything for 15 years. Okay. So apparently, though, and this is something that I've learned here, that it says here that Miss Parker was addicted to a Class A drugs. She's addicted to Class A drugs and had been cuckooed by a dealer who lived nearby, and she was under the instruction when the clip was filmed. All right, so I was like, "What the hell is this cuckooed?"
Cuckoo.
Apparently, that's when a drug dealer kind of moves into your neighborhood, your house, and uses your addiction to do weird things like that. Basically, if you want your drugs, you're going to have to cut that hamster in half and eat it while I film it, and then I'll get you your fix.
Right. Just got to, I mean, listen, it's about revenue streams.
Mhm.
And if you can get some revenue off your YouTube hits,
That's extra cash. It's extra cash in the dope man's pocket.
yeah, you still got to pay your percentage up.
Yeah.
That I believe. I believe that.
Right. As opposed to the magician. Yeah.
I believe.
That, and there is video evidence of her cutting the hamster in half and then eating it.
Well, I mean, if it's true that she's being cuckooed,
Yeah.
then there would be evidence to back that up. Who took the video?
Right. And the video, you can listen to the guy. He's just cracking up, laughing, thinks this is the damn funniest thing he's ever seen.
Nobody's crying, upset, like
No.
you hurt my squirrel, my hamster, or whatever.
Right. Poor Mr. Nibbles.
Yeah. She doesn't get any on her moo-moo, so don't worry.
Right. She is an attractive cow.
If I put a picture of her up, you would go, yes, she definitely looks like someone who eats hamsters.
Yes.
You're hungry.
Man hospitalized after being bitten by zebra. This happened in Ohio, where a zebra owner has been hospitalized after being attacked by the animal. Deputies and medical crews were called to the man's property south of Columbus on Sunday after he was bitten and seriously hurt. Authorities say the zebra had to be put down after it became aggressive with first responders attempting to help the injured man. He was transported to a nearby hospital. So what had happened? What had happened was he was helping doing, zebra owner things.
Yeah.
And the zebra bit his arm to the point where they were worried he was going to have it amputated.
Oh, wow.
And so he retreated, was hiding. The medical first responders show up and they find the zebra's like pacing, like, who's coming near me?
Right.
And they find the guy hidden off to the side. As they're trying to tend to him, the zebra's like, what up? Which one of you's next? And I'm paraphrasing. The zebra never said any of these things. And at one point charges the patrol car and bucks the patrol car. I didn't know zebras were so
I
aggressive.
didn't either.
But apparently they are extremely aggressive animals.
Wow.
They're very territorial, specifically when there's like other zebras in heat.
Mating season.
Yeah, like crazy territorial like this.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I had no idea. But his arm's going to be fine. He's all good. And there's worries that he may have to now get rid of his zebras. Apparently it's legal to own zebras in Ohio. Oh, that's what they do. Like the officers show up and they're like, he's like, it's ramming the car.
Right.
There's something about hurting a zebra that sounds like you're hurting like a unicorn or something. Like it's some specially magical animal.
Absolutely.
Right. It's just a horse with stripes.
It's just, it's known
donkey.
It's an aggressive stallion. It's labeled as being an aggressive stallion.
Wow.
I didn't know that. And so he pulls out his shotgun. He's like, he looks to the sergeant. I guess the sergeant went,
do what you gotta do.
and he no,
Not my zebra.
not my Johnny. Oh, good movie references. All right, we got to take a break. We've got tickets to the 50th anniversary concert starring Shinedown. All the stories you just heard us talk about are on our Facebook page at facebook.com/BMMS69.
Tulsa's morning.
Big difference.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm the boss. Gimpy, you're the injured party.
Yeah.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello, Bob's Manufacturing.
Hey, Bob. I got a problem.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to be able to make it in today.
And we were really counting on you. We had a lot of drywall that needed to be delivered.
I understand, and I'm sorry to be the one that has to do this, but I got bit by a snake over the weekend at a bonfire.
I don't want to hear about your extracurriculars. Chad, get in here.
Listen, sir. I'm being serious. And I got bit by a snake. I don't know what kind of snake. I didn't ask for its identification, but I was bit by a snake, and my leg's all messed up now, and I just don't think I can make it in.
I mean, if you feel like a little gardener snake is going to put you on the sidelines.
It was bigger than a garter snake.
Yeah, you were looking at it. Then why'd you let it bite you?
I was playing with it.
Hey, guys, Chad won't be in because he was playing with the snake and it bit him.
Yeah, better than last time when it spit in my eye.
Yeah. How many days off you get?
I mean, my whole thing is you said delivered, so you're going to be sitting. And he's like, if you have to put pressure on the leg and you like, if it's a standing job, I get it.
Yeah, but when you call in and you're sick, you always make it sound worse than it is.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's about 50% less than that.
Yeah.
It's maybe throbbing.
Have you ever been bitten by a snake?
I love that
sir?
scene from Couples Retreat.
Yeah.
I love that scene.
No, you haven't.
Say it again. Say it again. But if you're going to come in and complain about it the whole time and
Right.
be holding court, I don't want you here anyway.
Exactly.
Right. Your burglar leaves fecal evidence in community center sink. This happens a week ago today, as a matter of fact, in Tukwila, Washington, where somebody had broken into the Tukwila Community Center. They took an iPad, a laptop, a charging cable, and a crap in the sink. I guess they're calling him the Phantom Pooper. Because, of course, obviously, the evidence that he had left behind. But he had also left some digital evidence behind when he decided to go ahead and merge his own personal or her own personal Apple account with the stolen laptop's Apple account. About that. So the police in Tukwila are asking the thief, to please wash your hands and come in and talk to us. Bring the evidence with you, or bring the stuff with you, and we can talk about your options. I think if you've already got a name because of the account, it shouldn't be that hard to track them down.
Yeah.
Right, if everything's current on it. The part
Mhm.
that I think sucks about this is community centers are usually benefited by people of lower income and senior citizens.
Absolutely.
And there's already not enough money in a community center.
Right.
And then you're stealing. You're not helping. You're not helping at all.
No. You're hurting everything. You're taking all that they got, and they're taking a crap in their sink.
If it was the country club, I'd be like,
Totally. What
are you gonna do? Police investigate after marshmallows found with sharp objects inside. An investigation is underway in Michigan after residents found marshmallows containing fish hooks, tacks, and other objects on their property. Police just outside of Detroit say the first incident was reported back in May, but 2 other reports came in last week. So far, no one has been harmed, and they've shown a lot of these mostly toasted coconut covered marshmallows, which are delicious. And people put nails in them, and they think it's to deter people from like having your animals on their land.
Okay.
Because the lady was like, I was just walking Toonces. And then he came over and sniffed this marshmallow, and I saw it had nails in it. So I called the police. The police came over, and they were like, yep, sure is that.
Thanks, June. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you work hard to keep your lawn nice,
Mm-hmm.
and then some local Yahoo comes and lets their dog take a crap on your yard, I can understand why you would be frustrated.
Yes. However,
Sure.
I feel there's a way to get around that. You could put up a hot wire border around your yard, and it's not going to be like seen like a giant picket fence would or something to that effect, but it also would deter said animal from coming and taking a crap in your yard.
Yeah. Except if you're working hard to make your yard nice, a hot wire isn't exactly the most appeasing thing to make your yard look good.
Sure, all you got to do is just decorate the stakes that stick in the ground. You don't really see.
Dink, dink,
You don't need those giant ones. Good Lord.
tea steak,
Yeah, you don't need one of those. You can get small kits at the Atwoods that work out just fine.
Still looks trashy, man.
I don't know, but it's sure better than I guess having to have marshmallows with nails in your
Right.
yard,
Or you could just let your dog crap in your yard.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, people are never going to let that happen.
Or pick up after your dog's crap.
That
Even
will
then,
never
you're
happen.
smearing it across the thing, man.
Mhm.
Like you're using that non-germ protective sack from the grocery store, and you're just like,
It still works just the same.
and you literally look at it and go, I'm not picking that up.
Yeah,
Depending on how it looks.
Mhm.
absolutely. If it was a rough day for the dog, nope. We'll just let the rain take care of that one.
Yeah, if the dog's feeling a little under the weather,
Right.
you can be like, Mother Nature's fertilizer
Yeah.
happening there.
Yeah.
Or you do the old left shoulder, right shoulder, keep going.
Oh.
Nothing to see here, folks.
Yes.
Yeah,
no
right.
poop over here.
Yeah, when I lived in San Francisco, I would have to walk my dog, and there's no grass,
Mm-hmm.
right? In the city, there's no grass. I lived in the city. So only around where there's trees is there a little grass or dirt.
Right.
And some people's dogs are just trained to take crap right on the concrete.
Mhm.
They don't care.
And they don't clean it up. And you're like, now humans do it. But like the
Yeah.
dogs, and you just be walking and you're like, son of a bitch.
That's one of the worst
Ugh.
things. That will literally ruin a day.
Which is worse,
Uh-huh.
stepping in dog crap with shoes on,
Uh-huh.
or stepping in urine on the tile floor in your socks.
Or like carpet or something to that effect. Okay.
Or because you
Okay.
don't see it right, and you're like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In a shoe, you go, you're like,
Right.
oh, man.
Whatever. You get a hose, you can hose it off. Your sock
Yeah.
might get a little wet.
Maybe.
Maybe. Mm-hmm.
Or vomit barefoot.
Ooh.
Which one? You got to pick one. Gun to your
Oh,
head.
that's easy. That's an easy
I'm
choice,
going to
Lindsay.
say stepping in dog poop with your shoes on.
Gimpy.
Urine with socks on, man. All right, because the shoes easily to wash off. The barefoot vomit, easy.
49ers are making a huge free agent splash. ESPN reports Javon Hargrave has agreed to a 4-year, $84 million deal to head out west. The contract includes $40 million in guaranteed money. The former Eagles defensive tackle had a career-high 11 sacks last season to go with 10 tackles for loss and a pair of fumble recoveries. The Niners also reached deals with quarterback Sam Darnold on a 1-year contract and defensive tackle Kevin Gibbons on a 1-year contract extension. After 5 seasons with the San Francisco 49ers, quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo is trading in the crimson and gold for silver and black. ESPN's Adam Schefter was first to tweet about the move, sending Garoppolo to the Las Vegas Raiders in a free agent signing worth $67.5 million over 3 years. $34 million of that is guaranteed. As the 49ers starter, Garoppolo had a 38-17 record and won 4 of his 6 playoff games with San Francisco.
Oof. I don't know if this is a big get.
Oh, you don't think so?
I
Huh?
don't-
He has not proven to be the quarterback everybody thought he was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of fell flaccid, huh?
Yeah.
Now this one I love. The Chicago Bears making a splash on the first day of the NFL's legal tampering period. ESPN reports Chicago signing linebacker Tremaine Edmonds to a 4-year, $72 million contract that includes $50 million guaranteed. The former Buffalo Bills defensive captain will be signing the largest 4-year contract for an inside linebacker in the NFL. The Bears also inking former Philadelphia Eagles linebacker TJ Edwards to a 3-year, $19.5 million deal. Marcus told me yesterday, he goes, Mom, your Bears are going to be somebody this season.
I don't think so.
I love it. I think so. He's
Just
like,
because of
"They're
this one
finally-"
signing?
No, he's like, they're finally going to have a team that can help Fields.
Because of this guy?
He was thinking more of TJ Edwards.
They've got a lot of work to do.
But they're moving. They're getting there.
Every team moves every year. Like, I get every fan wants like their team to be better, but there's no shiny thing yet.
It's the right direction for them.
No, that's true.
They're getting some better players.
They like to think that. Every team thinks they're getting better players now.
Right.
The Falcons are adding a veteran leader to their secondary. ESPN reporting that Jesse Bates III is signing a deal with Atlanta. Adam Schefter says the 4-year, $64 million deal will make Bates the 4th highest paid safety in NFL history. He recorded a career-high 4 interceptions for Cincinnati last season. Atlanta also made right guard Chris Lindstrom the highest paid guard in NFL history with a 5-year, $105 million extension. Lindstrom is now signed through the 2028 season. And that's your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay on 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite, the original.
Smell a strong odor of alcohol on her. She's charged with battery on someone 65 years or older.
Naughty Pair looks like a pretty groovy place to go.
It just looks like a bar.
On the water.
Well, they're Florida.
Yeah,
Well,
they're in
yeah.
Florida.
I know.
A lot of bars on the water in
Oh,
Florida.
look at this. They got pictures of dolphins. Dolphins right there as you're having your cocktail.
No wonder she didn't
We
want
don't get that here.
The ocean's a pretty amazing thing.
We don't get that here. Give me an Oklahoma dolphin and I'll be all right.
I mean,
There you go. Horrified gas station staff find severed human penis in parking lot. This happened in Mobile, Alabama. Petrol station. The staff there were given the shock of their lives when they discovered a human penis on site. This bizarre discovery was made just yesterday. Actually, Thursday. No, what is today? What's today? Wednesday? Monday. Monday this happened, January 30th.
what's happening?
I have
A
no
little after
idea.
6 a.m., police officers showed up, collected the severed appendage as evidence. According to the reports, police do not believe the findings is proof of any foul play, but it is not clear whose member was actually found. My favorite quote, one employee simply told local reporters, "It was a whole D." A statement at 4 from the Mobile Police Department stated the incident was not being investigated as an assault or a murder, adding it was a mystery how on earth the penis ended up there. Footage saw local reporters apparently showing a black truck pulling into the station around 6:15 a.m. to fill up. Then the truck pulls away before a penis then falls onto the car park tarmac. Once a report was made, a heavy police presence attends the store, located in the port city of Mobile on Alabama's Gulf Coast. The area got taped off while police investigated the incident, which has caused a stir in the local community. I mean,
I'm not buying this.
they're saying that the discoveries like this at the petrol stations are pretty common. I guess in
Finding penises
and-
at a gas station is common.
not necessarily penises, but in 2021, they said that a body of a man aged in his 20s was located.
But was
at
his
this
penis
gas
intact?
station. Mhm.
So what's common then?
Finding bodies and
bodies and body parts, I guess.
yes, at this particular gas station.
Hmm.
So
I'm not buying this. The story doesn't cite a news source other than Boing Boing and Daily Star. It doesn't refer to, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't go to like a local place.
Right. You think something like that would make local news, at least headlines. Mm.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying I'm not buying it because that's a crazy story that a penis was found in a parking lot.
Maybe this is a hot spot for like lot lizards. And one trucker was like, "Hey, baby, you here for a good time?" And this lady, this lot lizard, climbs into the truck, and then the dude finds out that it's a dude, and he's like, "Ow, no, you've got a dong," and then slices it off, and then tosses it out the window, and then continues carrying his load to Birmingham.
Mhm.
I don't know.
And I would think the Mobile Police Department would have this on their site, like on their Facebook or something.
Oh, they got nothing on there either.
Not that I can see.
Fake news.
And they're
Fake
they're
news.
keeping it hush hush until they know more.
Oh, it's the Russians.
Hey, we don't know whose penis this is. If anybody has details, let us know.
Or they're probably looking at the tapes trying to investigate that truck. Kind of like the Idaho murders.
Which
they
was
were being
what?
quiet
All
until
over
they had more.
It was all over the news.
But they weren't saying what they had. That's why, like, the parents were being so disgruntled.
So
at
Daily
the
Star,
time.
some
Right,
some
the
weird rag
tabloid.
got the break.
Well, they're the only
I'm
ones
just saying-
running with it.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying, right? It's a great story.
Well, Lindsay, I'll see your severed schlong and raise you a giant dildo. Shoplifter caught trying to steal a giant 30-inch dildo. This happens in West Hollywood at the Circus of Books, which was formerly known as Chi Chi LaRue's. Not really important, but it's a funny name nonetheless. So the video's on our Facebook page, and they say that this drunken patron walks in, stumbles into the Circus of Books. You see him walking around a little bit, and then they go over and they wrap both arms around this giant 30-inch black dildo and then just walk right on out the door with it. But one of the employees, Marcus Blackwell, says that they were ready like Freddy, his quote. They went out there, they chased the person down, they retrieved the big black schlong, and they brought it back and they put it back on display where they picked it up at. Now, they didn't say whether they called the cops or anything like that, but they did say that this big black rubber wiener can be yours for $699.95.
Wow.
So 30 inches, damn near to a doorknob, right?
Uh-huh.
Doorknob's 36 inches.
Yeah.
That's not even the story. The story is how girthy it is.
Boy, it's massive. I've got the measurements right here. This massive black is 30 inches. It says here that it measures at 30.7 inches, so that's the height.
Yeah.
And 6.88 inches wide at the base, and then 11 inches wide at the
end. So it's, I mean,
testicle area.
It's like a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, it's a big bitch. It is huge. That is not for use. That's strictly for display.
Yeah.
In the video, She grabs it with one arm and it almost falls off. Like that's how top.
It's a big one. It's a honker.
Yeah. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, do you know how much it is?
How much, like, price-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, $699.95 plus tax.
I go to a sex shop and I'm like, $30.
Yeah, right? Right? I'm not going to spend $700 for something that'll just sit in the corner and get dusty.
Exactly.
A lot of people, it's payday today, and you're like, whoo, dog, been saved.
Valentine's Day's coming up.
Hey, man, we're going out. Can't. Saving up. Saving up. Got to get a sex toy.
Sweet potato cracks 2011 cold case leads to Massachusetts man's arrest.
Is that like the informant's name?
They call me Sweet Tater.
Hey, man, don't talk to Sweet Potato.
No, the Massachusetts police made a pretty spectacular break.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, Friday, in a decade-old case murder thanks to an actual sweet potato. They arrested the suspect on Friday in a February 27th, 2011 shooting death of Todd Lampley. Cops found the alleged killer's DNA on a sweet potato left at the scene. Yeah.
You don't like sweet potatoes?
No, it's the DNA left on a sweet potato.
Yeah. So
Good Lord, dude. That's not what they're for.
DeVaris Hampton of Mashpee was arraigned Monday in Barnstable District Court.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashpee. Yeah. Charges of murder, assault, and battery with a deadly weapon. He's 40 years old. He pled not guilty, was ordered to be held without bail. Police found 3 shell casings, a black cell phone, and a sweet potato with a hole through it at the scene. Investigators reportedly found his DNA on the sweet potato.
Pause.
He used it.
There's only 2 reasons that Sweet Tater has a hole in it.
You don't put holes in potatoes.
You do if you want to stick something in it.
Mhm.
You don't. I am not aware, and it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, of any delicacy made with pomme de terre, apples of the earth,
Mhm.
that have a hole in it. Now, twice baked potatoes, sure.
Yeah.
You scoop everything out, make the mashed taters with everything, put it back in,
Mm.
crisp it up, right?
Mhm.
Delicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's about it. I can't think of another, and I've never seen that done with sweet potatoes. Not that I couldn't. The skin's not as dense as a regular potato.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
So picture this. He
Mhm.
holds the potato. My mouse has the potato, or
Everybody who's watching at
Mhm.
home, yeah.
he used the sweet potato as a silencer.
Yeah. Yeah. Got it from a TV show.
Yes, he sure
Mhm.
did.
Oh.
In court, prosecutors recalled a scene in the hit HBO series The Wire
Right.
when a sweet potato
right.
was used to mask
that
a
show.
gunshot.
I think a sweet potato is the worst potato to use as a silencer
Oh, okay. Say
because
more.
it's weird shape. All right. Most
do have
sweet
weird
taters
shapes,
are
yeah.
oddly shaped. If you want a good tater to silence your pistol, you're going to use like a regular bacon potato, right? Something large, girthy,
No.
No.
not something that's all weird and jagged looking.
Here's why I say a sweet potato makes a great silencer, because of its odd shape. They're so weird. Most times you have sort of a skinny side to it and then the wider side to it. So you have kind of like a handle and then the part for the gun to go through.
I would go with the density of the material on the inside of a regular potato or like a russet.
Minor
A
points.
russet, like,
russet
yeah,
potato.
is like it's not as dense as the interior of a sweet potato.
Mm.
But to me, the amount of work you have to do,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be holding the tater up to the gun and then pulling the trigger. I'm afraid something happened and end up blowing a thumb off.
yes,
I would be drilling a hole
That's
in said
what I'm
tater
saying.
and then
Yeah.
slide it over the barrel.
What? And then you got to make sure you have the right drill bit.
Right.
This feels like a lot. Just take a 2-liter bottle, like he did in The Shooter.
Right. Or an old oil filter. You get that from a lot of zombie video games.
Right.
Mm.
Or maybe sleep on it
And they come back
and then
decide
decide if it's still something you want to go
I
after.
don't want to shoot this person now.
Huh.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
He's
I'm
doing
so happy that was what you were getting ready to demonstrate.
Uh-huh.
I literally thought I was witnessing someone's last moment on radio. I was like, go ahead, girl. See what you got. We all control our own destiny.
Right.
Why didn't you stop her? Why? You tell me not to intervene.
Right? Here on the Big Man Morning Show, we let them hang themselves.
Yeah.
Woman busted with vagina meth. This started off as a typical traffic stop last week where police had stopped Anthony Peza and his girlfriend Tiffany Chapman. They asked them, hey, y'all got any drugs in the car? And they're like, nah, man, we're good. They're like, all right, well, you're going to have to get out of the car so we can search it. And they're like, okay. So they get out of the car and the deputies start searching the car. Well, in the car, while they're searching, they found all kinds of stuff. They found paraphernalia, baggies, scales. They found another bag that had several different prescription bottles in it with the labels removed, which is not good.
Not like that.
So while they're searching the car, Tiffany's like, hey, I've got meth in my muff. And they're like, huh? And they're like, she's like, yeah, you might want to come get this. So they call a female deputy out.
I believe the audio sounded like this. I think you want to come get this.
So they call a female officer out, and she ends up retrieving 10.8 grams of meth from the woman's box. And
Glove box.
they ended up busting both of them for the same thing. They both got busted for trafficking meth. They both got busted for possession of marijuana and paraphernalia. And they are both sitting in the pokey right now.
I know some of you are thinking, did she get any breaks because she let them know she had illegal contraband inside her muff? Probably not. You're supposed to tell them.
Yeah, because if you go into the jail with it,
Oh, yeah.
that's an extra charge.
Viral video shows car dealer peeing on woman's ID. This happens in the beautiful state of Wisconsin. Police there are looking into a viral video that appears to show a car dealership urinating on a woman's driver's license. In a Facebook post, the victim said she left her ID at a used car dealership in Kenosha over the weekend. A few hours later, she was home eating cheese and then was horrified to see a video of someone peeing on it making the rounds on social media. It's unclear if anyone will be held accountable. On a positive note, the dealership wants to offer the victim a free car. Yeah. She apparently was trying to buy a car, changed her mind, called and said, I've left my ID. I'll send you $5. When you get the $5, will you mail me my ID?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they were like, oh, yeah, we'll mail it.
Uh-huh.
And then it shows them saying the name and everything, full stream. The video's on our thing, full stream onto this woman's ID. I am no expert in the automotive industry. Lindsay, for sure, in the room is the automotive expert. Her husband works at a dealership. I know Gimpy has worked at a dealership.
Mhm.
So I am by far not the expert. I will, however, say I think their career is over.
Yeah, definitely.
God, I hope so.
Definitely.
If you get to keep your job after pissing on somebody's license, man, there's something wrong with management at that position.
Yeah.
Now I can wrap my head around the idea that they were, they'd worked really hard on the deal and, working on
Mhm.
commission and, that's going to put food on the table. And he was just pissed.
Yeah. Unless this customer
See what you did there.
completely was.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
no. Hear me.
There's
hear me.
no rational reason why you should be. Hold on.
Dude.
There's no rational reason why anyone should urinate on anyone else or on an ID.
I agree with you. So unless this customer was, completely awful to the person working there, and the person that works there is their number one salesperson, that's the only way they're going to keep that job if they are their
to
number
keep the
one.
job.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
you were trying to argue why someone should piss on someone's ID.
No.
There's no reason.
No.
I don't care if that ID was stung by a jellyfish. No.
Right.
No, there's no reason.
It seems like a weird flex. You
No.
don't look cool.
No.
No.
You look dehydrated, to be honest.
I call this day spa or dispensary.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Okay. So basically, I've got some businesses. These are legit businesses in Tulsa.
Oh, fun.
It's either a day spa or a dispensary.
Okay.
Now, based off the name, you're going to chime in with that's how you're going to buzz in. Corbin or Lindsay.
Okay.
Got
You
it.
get one shot and one shot only because this is a 50
Don't I
50
know it.
chance. There's no point in,
Mhm.
hey, would you like to guess, Lindsay? He said it's a
Yeah.
dispensary. No, it's a day. So you only get one shot.
Okay.
Whoever wins at the end, I got a big prize for you. Okay.
Like
Okay.
a little nug, maybe? A prize?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Maybe.
God knows you
Crypto
have
day
plenty.
spa?
Right. So, day spa or dispensary, are you guys ready?
Ready.
All right, we're going to take it up from the top here. Euphora. Corbin, yes.
That's a spa.
Euphora is a dispensary. No points for anybody on that one. All right. Nirvana, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin would be correct.
Come on, Lindsay.
You got to get in the game, woman. Get in the game. All right. Omni Oasis, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Day spa.
Day spa is correct. So far, we're tied 1-1. La Fusion, day spa or dispensary? La Fusion.
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, that is incorrect. La Fusion is a day spa. Poppies, day
Corbin.
spa or the dispensary? Corbin,
That
yes.
is a day spa.
Yes, you are correct. Poppies is a day spa.
Hmm.
2-1 so far. Corbin's lead. OHG, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay,
Dispensary.
that is correct. Tied
What'd
up.
you say?
OHG. That's all it is. These are all the ones. I just found them on Google.
Sure.
I just simply Googled day spa and then Googled dispensaries and then found a bunch of them that
Sure.
are really close.
I just
and
couldn't
could be
hear. I didn't
confused.
hear you
Yeah.
because you were going so fast. I didn't hear you. I didn't know it was
I wonder
letters.
what that stands for.
I have no idea. Nonetheless, moving forward, 918 Elevate, day spa or dispensary? 918 Elevate.
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
Dispensary.
That is correct. Corbin's in the lead, 3-2. One Love Wellness, day spa.
Corbin.
You got to pick it up, Lindsay. Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, One Love Wellness is indeed a
Wow.
dispensary. Yes. Corbin killing it right now. Lotus Blossom,
Corbin.
day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
You are wrong, my friend.
You
Lotus-
might need to.
Lotus
Okay.
Blossom is a day spa. Go ahead, Google
I
it.
know there's a
Making
dispensary called
massages.
Lotus.
There's one called Lotus Gold, not Lotus Blossom. See, and that's the fun part about this game because they can be
Somatic,
they're
sure.
so close. All right, Indigo, day spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
That is a dispensary.
Indigo, Lindsay is a day
Yeah.
spa.
Oh,
So far, it's 4-2. Corbin's lead. Hand and Stone, day spa
Lindsay.
or dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
All right, Lindsay, you are correct on a comeback.
I've been there.
It's a 50-50 guess.
Right, of course. All right, Rosebuds, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
I'm going to go dispensary.
Lindsay would be correct. Rosebuds is a dispensary, tied up 4-4. Jade Wellness Center, day spa
Corbin.
or
Lindsay.
dispensary? Corbin.
That is a wellness, or that is a day spa.
Corbin. Jade Wellness Center is a dispensary. Still tied 4-4. Deluxe, day spa or
Corbin.
dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin, you are incorrect. Deluxe is a dispensary. Nature's Kiss.
I think that's both, actually.
Who knows? This is just the
Yeah,
information that
who
was
cares if it's
given.
accurate?
Yeah. All right, Nature's Kiss, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
That is correct, my friend. Corbin just made 5-4. Aqua Viva Oasis, day
Lindsay.
spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay is correct. All right, so we're tied up 5-5. Fig Medical, day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, that is incorrect. Fig Medical is a day spa.
I was thinking because like sweets,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
like sometimes you know it smells like
You're
a fig.
thinking medical marijuana.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
All right. All right. Remember, this is for a big prize at the end of the
Sure.
at the end of the game here.
Sure.
You are going to love the prize that I have
Leftovers.
chosen for you.
Leftovers.
Right, it's a
Okay.
roach.
Right. Right.
Bong
And not
water.
the one you smoke.
It's the crumbs.
Laura Apothecary, Day
Lindsay.
Spa or Dispensary. Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay is incorrect. The
Yeah, it's a
Laura
spa.
Apothecary is a day spa. Lucky Garden, day spa or dispensary. Corbin, yes.
That's a dispensary.
Lucky Garden, Corbin is a day spa. So far, we got 6 to Corbin and 5 to Lindsay. The Health Center, day spa or dispensary.
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
That is correct. You sound like you've been there before.
To me, the name was just so obvious. There's no
Right.
way you're going to call an actual spa that.
Right, the Health Center. Supreme Heights, day spa or
Corbin.
dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin would be correct. All right, so we're looking at 8 to 5, Lindsay.
Okay.
All right, we're down in the home stretch of this thing. All right, the Enchanted Cottage, day
Corbin.
spa or dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin is incorrect. That is a day spa.
Why are people calling here asking if we have weed?
Got any specials on an ounce, man?
It's called Enchanted.
Wildflower, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
That is incorrect, Corbin. Wildflower is a day spa. All right, Clover Patch, Tulsa, day spa or
Lindsay.
dispensary. Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay would be correct.
What's the score?
6 to 8, Corbin's
Okay.
lead. All right, the Merry Mind, day spa or
Lindsay.
dispensary. Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay. The Merry Mind is a dispensary. All right, the Relax Station, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary. Corbin.
That is a spa.
That is correct. Corbin is up 9 to 6. Path to Wellness, day spa or dispensary.
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay, Path to Wellness is a
Oh,
day
I'm
spa.
sorry. I thought you said packed.
Oh, yeah. Was that the
wellness.
problem?
No, I thought it said packed.
Sure, yes. Let me enunciate a little bit more, shall we? All right, let's see here. Heirloom, day spa or dispensary? Heirloom, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin.
That's a dispensary.
Corbin, Heirloom is a day spa.
Mm.
You're still in the lead 9 to 6. He's okay. Tulsa Garden, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. Day
Spa.
spa or dispensary. The Tulsa Garden is a day spa. Good job, Lindsay.
Score.
Looking at 9 to 7, Corbin's lead. Bella Roma Medical, day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin, Bella Roma Medical is a day spa. Stonebrook, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Spa.
Yes, you are correct, Lindsay. We are now 9 to 8, neck and neck. Who is going to win, day spa or dispensary, and walk away with a big, big prize? Stone Age Meds, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. The Stone Age Meds is a dispensary. Uptown Wellness, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. Uptown Wellness is a dispensary.
Really?
We only got 2 left here.
Okay.
All right. So we got a chance to tie it and a breaker if we can do this. All right. Pura, day spa or
Corbin.
dispensary? Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin is correct. Pura is a dispensary, puts him with the win 10 to 8. I'll go ahead and give you the last one, see if you can guess it. Stonebrook, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay would have been correct, which wouldn't matter because it's 10 to 9. Corbin is the big winner. Congratulations, Corbin.
What'd I get?
You want to know what you got?
Yeah.
My friend, I tell you, you have won my leftover potatoes. That's right, Corbin. I had
Listen,
dinner last night.
I love it. That's awesome, man. I'm actually kind of hungry, so I think that's a fantastic
This is
gift. And
perfect.
you're not a horrible cook,
No.
so that's great. But, I just think it's just an honor to win, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to Lindsay. She put in a valiant effort.
Listen,
And,
Corbin,
I just appreciate the competitiveness. And, I'm just one guy on a team, and we're just a team trying to make the thing happen. And, it's an honor to be a part of the Ford Truck Series and anything I can do to make this Hilton Hotel team do the best I can.
well, Corbin, I'm glad that you accepted and decided to give your prize of potatoes to the loser of the game, but that's not all that you're going to win. All right. So not only do you get my leftover dinner from last night, my potatoes and a little bit of steak with some cheese on top, I'm also going to hook you up with a 6-pack of Twisted Tea. Set right up front because nobody wants this. So I grabbed a pack and you get to take it home with
Again, you put zero effort into the prize.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just real grateful that this Hilton Honors team did the best they could and we'll make sure part of the Ford Truck Series continues. So I'd like to give it to my second place. Because second isn't winning. So
Twisted Tea is a great beer fridge for guests.
Right. Well, congratulations, Lindsay. You got yourself some old mush potatoes and some warm Twisted Tea for losing on Day Spa or Dispensary.
This says, I'm about to get divorced from my wife of 10 years because I made a stupid mistake and had a one-night stand. We got in an argument. I left, went to the bar, slept with some woman, and almost immediately the guilt took over me. She has told me it's over, but I have to try. What can I do to get her to give our marriage a second chance? 918-460-KMOD. BMMS, then whatever you think he should do to 82945. Let's entertain the idea. What are some things he could do? How about a vacation?
Ooh.
You and me, let's have a vacation. Let's go to some beautiful exotic place and talk out my inability to keep my penis in my pants.
Yeah.
Having kids usually fixes that situation.
That maybe if you're lucky, you'll get to do that.
Vacations are nice. Absolutely.
Can you work on a problem on a vacation, Lindsay?
I don't think so. Because
this isn't a problem. This is a crack in the foundation.
Absolutely. Because once you get back, everything's right there, Yeah.
What are some other things he could try?
I think he
entertain the idea. No
goes
bad
on
ideas.
Hands and knees and
begs.
What? Yeah. What do you want me to? I will do anything you want me to do.
Yeah. Horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody, right? And this is why. Because you want to fix it, you have to come up with ideas. Not me. You want to fix it. Why do I have to tell you how to fix your problem? Not just this, any scenario. If you have to go to the person and be like, tell me what I have to do to fix this, then you shouldn't be in it. It's a horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody to try and rectify a problem. Because it means you don't know. You haven't even entertained ideas.
Right.
How about a candlelight dinner?
That's
not enough.
Good and gravy and all, but the distractions there, man. You're not going to be able to enjoy your candlelight dinner. You're not going to be able to do much of anything fun, a vacation or anything like that because, there's a giant elephant in the room.
Again, we're just trying to convince for a second chance. What about a spa day?
Sure. I'll go ahead and let you spend your money on me so I can go and feel better.
Yeah, is he going to send her on a spa day? I think he needs to go to her and definitely he needs to know from her what she expects from him.
I don't think
what he wants her to
Come
do.
on, Lindsay. Come on, Lindsay.
Come
on, Lindsay.
What?
What he expects of her?
What
don't have sex with other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what the expectation is.
Absolutely. But he's done it. He's done the damage.
Yeah, so we're talking about a second chance.
Exactly.
So what do we're just talking about crazy ideas.
Yep.
Commit to an idea, Lindsay.
Yeah. So going on vacation, sure, it's nice, but now he gets to go on a vacation too. It's almost like, I don't know if I want to go on a vacation with you right now.
Hall pass. You want a crazy idea? Give her a hall pass.
Give
her an opportunity to even Stevens this thing.
Okay.
And she doesn't have to tell him about it. Ever.
Well, no, she knows about his, so I feel like it has to be even.
Fair, yeah.
If it's even, it's even. Why do you not get to tell anybody?
Maybe she doesn't even take him up on it. He'll never know. You know what I mean? Let him wonder. Did she or didn't she?
Yeah. Usually works.
It usually does.
Yeah.
Withholding information.
Yeah. People have already texted him what my feelings are on this. To me, it's quite clear. But they are asking.
Yeah.
Right? They are going, what's some scenario? What's a scenario? What is a possibility? Brandon is on. Hey, Brandon, how are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Good. What do you think?
From a person who's been cheated on multiple times, I say the damage has already been done. But if he wants to win over, they've been married 10 years. Renew your vows. Make new vows. Tell her you're committed to her and only her. You know, just go and renew your vows. That might win her over. You never know.
Right, a mulligan.
Right.
Yeah, pull a mulligan.
Yeah.
Pull that mulligan card. Pull it all day long.
You said that you've been cheated on multiple times, Brandon. Would that have worked with you?
No, because I stayed with someone who cheated on me 9 times.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are you
But
blind? Are you blind?
Well, I lived 7.5 hours away from my family at the time. So I was kind of forced just to stick around because I was in a state I didn't know. I wasn't from that state. So I stuck around and rode out the roller coaster.
What was her excuse on the 7th time?
His excuse was I was away from the house for 2 weeks on walk and he got lonely.
So this is your boyfriend.
Yeah, it was my ex.
Yeah.
But when he said that, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I took the call around midnight when he was drunk, took the call, and I left and never looked back.
Had to rip that Band-Aid, huh?
I just left. I was done.
Wait, that was the 7th time.
Yeah. And then
You
took the
came
call
back.
Took the call back because I was like, oh, maybe you changed. And the 9th time was finally the draw.
For him I'm just being really honest. Him cheating 9 times, do you blame him or yourself?
I blame myself for being blinded by love.
But it
stupidity.
wasn't. No, it wasn't, though.
No. It was not my fault, but I mean, I kept going back.
No, it's your fault. It wasn't love.
It was my own stupidity, trying to think I can change someone.
Right. Hope. Well, it was hope. You were hoping. You were hoping he'd love you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Brandon, have a great day, man.
You too.
All right, see you later.
These texts are
Scott is on. Hey, Scott, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, buddy. What do you think?
You know, let's be real. I love some of the comments, and you guys especially, but let's be real. You're not going to be able to give her a hall pass because we as men are never going to forget that. We're never going to stop dwelling on it. And, you know, we're going to be the demise of that at that point. I think there's only one way to really do it. Either walk away because you can't tell them guilt. You were enjoying it then. You went out for that purpose to go meet somebody. So either open this up to an open relationship, ask her, hey, do you want an open relationship, or walk away now, brother, because you lost it.
Let me ask you, Scott, would be an argument they would have had that would have not justified him cheating, but going out and being completely reckless? Like what's something?
Well, she would have had to cheat. I mean, the only way I'm ever going to cheat is she walks to me and said she just cheated. I'm walking out. I'm going to get me some, and I'm done with this relationship.
But then, I mean, you're
I mean,
not
let's
really
be real
cheating
as
at that
men.
point, are you, Scott? You're not.
Well,
Mhm.
you know, until that divorce, I get it. But there's no hall pass or dinner or vacation. I agree with her vacation. That means she's not going to forget that. I don't care if 5 years down the road, that's going to be in every argument you have.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well either walk away or open this thing up and let's become swingers.
Just walk up to her with a pineapple in hand.
Right on, man.
Upside down it, baby.
All right, Scott, have a great day, friend.
You too, guys.
All right, see you later.
Got a great idea to fix the situation.
I hear that, like, if she cheats, I'm going out right and cheating, and cheating right away. It's going to be like the movie Hall Pass. I'm going to Applebee's and having wings and going to bed at 9. Like,
Yeah.
Right, because that's our routine now.
No,
That's where we're at.
no, I'm don't have the game. Like, what are you talking about? It's not like I'm turning down women every time I go out the door.
You go.
Well, good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Listener emails coming up. If you need advice on something, send us an email. show@kmod.com is the email address. Right now, though, we're going to play a game. We've got tickets to the 50th anniversary concert that's happening April 24th at the BOK Center. Shinedown, 3 Days Grace. Tickets available at bokcenter.com. We're going to play Sing Sing. Current record is...
Well, I am leading with 4. Corbin has 3. Lindsay dead last with 2.
Last week's winner was...
That'd be you.
So, Gimpy and Lindsay at 918-460-KMOD, 918-460-KMOD. Call up, decide who's going to be your clue giver. Whoever gets the most right is winning tickets for our 50th anniversary concert with Shinedown in 3 days' grace. Good morning. You're on the air. What is your name? Good morning. You're on the air. What is your name?
John.
Dawn?
John. With an S.
Oh, okay. Who do you want to give clues, Lindsay or Gimpy?
Gimpy.
60 seconds on the clock. Timer starts after the first clue. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
All right. This is the woman who is self-proclaimed the queen of pop. She looks like Jigsaw now.
Like a prayer?
Oh, God. Yeah, you're right. This is a kind of a reggae Rastafarian pop singer. Came out in 99.
Bird?
No. This is the guy who...
It was me.
There you go. Okay. A Motown band from the 50s. And when you get down on your knees and you're asking somebody for something, what are you doing?
Ain't you trying to beg?
By God. Okay. I can't pass, can I? Okay. Hip hop rap singer. It's female. And this is, I think she's talking about her vagina, maybe her ass. When you get up and go to blank in the morning, you do this so you can get paid.
Word?
Okay, you got that part. That's the first word. Second word is the movie from Stephen King about the clown.
Work it.
There you go.
Time. 4.
Wow.
Impressive.
Wow.
Might be good enough for the win. Hang on the line, okay?
All right.
Good morning. You're on the air. What is your name?
Bree.
What is your name?
Bree.
Bree, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You've got to beat 4.
Okay.
Timer starts after the first clue. Here we go.
All right, Bree. This reggae singer sang "No Woman, No Cry," and then it's the number after 2 about not big. The
Little
opposite.
Bird.
Yes. This is a power song in arenas. Think of champions and think of Freddie Mercury's band.
I Am a Champion.
No, Freddie Mercury's band.
Queen.
And their big hit that plays at arenas.
We Will Rock You.
Yes. And this is a duet from the movie Grease. And it's a season, not day, but
Summertime.
what?
Summer.
And not day, the opposite of day.
Summer night.
Yes. This is a song, a weekday, the last day of the week.
Friday.
And when you are feeling it with someone in your heart.
Friday love. Friday. Friday I'm in love.
Yes.
Time. And Gimpy gets that one. You said day.
And it's in the word.
It's in the word. I'm sorry, Bree, you did not win.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thanks for playing. Dude, congratulations. 4 was enough to get the win.
Yep.
Yep.
Great job. Hang on the line so Gimpy can get your info.
All right.
Dude, the most calm, collected player we've ever had playing that game.
No doubt.
Like, he never fretted once. Like, you were given the Madonna clue, and he never went with Madonna. He just said the name of the song.
I didn't think I'd give that clues, but that guy got him. He was picking up what I was putting down. I'll take it. I'll take it for sure.
The one that Gimpy read at the end.
I threw it in the pile, but let me write it down for you. Or I know it. I'm giving the clues. Yes. Song by the lady that sang at the Super Bowl halftime show. She also sang at the Oscars this year. And it's something you hold in the rain.
That's exactly where I was going to go.
Yes.
Is it Adele? No.
Sang at the halftime show
Rihanna?
this year. And something you hold in the rain so you don't get wet.
Yeah, umbrella.
Very good.
Ella.
Yeah. All right. Well, the record now.
Yeah, that moves me to 5, keeps you at 3, keeps Lindsay at 2.
We'll be back.
The Big Mad Morning Show returns next. Tulsa's Morning Show, 97.5 KMOD. KMOD Total Traffic Network.
This report is sponsored by Oki Express Auto Wash.
Oh, because they feed their dogs table scraps or popcorn or whatever.
Yeah.
That they can do that with your dog.
That's good that your dog's stomach is adapted to that, but now you're going to make your friend's dog crap all over their house because it's not used to that.
Showing up empty-handed.
I don't think that's that bad. I mean, do I have to bring potato salad every time I come over?
No.
Exactly.
No, I always take something.
Yeah. I always take a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Always.
All right. I usually got my medicine on me, so that just works out perfectly.
Yeah, but that's not extra, right? Like you said, it's like offering him a cigarette.
Right. I don't have to share with you, though. That's the thing. I don't have to.
Yes, but you're not going out of your way is the point, right?
Listen, I'm the guy that goes to Walmart and gets the cookies for the potluck that we're having here at work, okay? You expect more from me?
Yeah, I think if you go to someone's house and they're making, like, let's just say dinner still, you got to take something.
Yeah.
I did. I brought
even
my
a
appetite.
dessert or wine, whatever.
Yeah.
Something.
It's just manners, Gimpy, right?
Right. Yeah, sure.
No.
Listen, y'all invited me over. Okay, cool. I'll come over and have dinner. That's all right. Doesn't mean I have to bring a bottle of wine or a 6-pack or a bottle of anything for that fact. That's that. Unless you say so. Hey, BYOB, bring a bottle, bring a side item. We'll get the main course. That happens to me a lot. We got the main courses. Come on over for barbecue, whatever. Bring a side item. All right, cool. Tater salad it is.
I've never gone to someone's house and like looked around and said to myself, that's so dirty here.
Oh.
Ugh.
Wow.
What, do they have lives? Right? I don't go, their sheets, they didn't even make their bed. I don't do all that.
Oh, I bet you have.
Down my
No.
nose at you.
Because life happens.
Depends on the level of the filth. Right, if you walk into somebody's house,
if you're
and
a
it looks
hoarder,
like hoarders, yeah, exactly.
I ain't going to your house. I already know you're a hoarder.
But this is the first time you didn't realize that they were disgusting people or hoarders until you walk into their house.
Oh,
right?
no. You can read a hoarder a mile away. No, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
Hoarder.
Yeah, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
You just tell by the way they dress, their lack of showering,
or by their vehicle.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Right. I think absolutely.
But you still don't say anything. You just kind of watch where you sit down, maybe scooch the newspapers or whatever, paper plates with leftover pizza rolls on them and hang out for a little bit. And I got to go. I got it.
If I'm going to judge, I'm judging, like I'm going to judge the food. So I'm not going to judge like, hey, your bed wasn't made.
No.
I'm going to judge, oh my God, you served Brussels sprouts or whatever that is.
Right.
I'm not going to get all like, ugh, you didn't clean for my arrival.
Right. Good. You're right. Life happens.
Life
especially
happens.
if you've got small children.
Oh, and you're having a dinner party.
Right. You can expect toys to be all over the place. Now, there's a difference between, a little clutter, kids don't know how to pick up their toys, and your house looks like Ross, dressed for less. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I would think if you're hosting a dinner party, you would want to clean up.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
But that's not necessarily true, especially if you're like, hey, come over tonight, we're having pizza. Pizza feels like there's no cleaning happening.
Yeah, it's okay to have your laundry still piled up on the back of the couch from like 4 days.
You should at least pick it up and throw it on your bed.
Yeah.
Right? Give me a place to sit.
Right. Just move the panties over. It'll be fine.
It's always like, I've gone and I stopped getting in the car with this person when I went to get in their car and they're like, hold on. And they had to like unload a bunch of stuff from the seat and the floorboard into the back seat so I could sit down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you invited me to get in your car.
You should have had that fixed up beforehand.
Or just don't invite me into your car.
I'm with you.
Right? If you don't have a place for me to sit, what are you doing inviting me over?
I just like the company.
I'm not a charity. Yeah. So that would be, I'm judging food What do you judge? What's your judge when you go to someone's house? If it's
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness?
Mhm.
Probably, yeah. Especially if you're having a dinner party.
Yeah, I might do that too.
Uh-huh.
Gimpy?
Definitely cleanliness. And it doesn't have to be sparkling like you walk in and everything's ting, 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 no. But if you're inviting people over, dinner party, or just to hang out and have a smoke sesh, you might want to just kind of pick up the bulk of
Smoke
things
sesh.
first.
You're so
right?
bougie.
Yeah.
right.
You're going over get high, and you're like, man, the house was so dirty.
Yeah.
So dirty.
Well, yeah, if you gotta, you can't put your soda down or your water down on the table because it's littered with empty cans. and then-
Right.
yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
talking about, man.
Yeah.
Go get a damn trash bag,
But
clear off the table, and it'll be
Yes.
fine. You're
Yes.
fi- I'm not saying you have to run the vacuum.
Right.
All right, just don't make people come in and be like, "Oh God, oh." God. And furthermore, Susan, if it smells a little bit, just spray something. Just spray something in the air. You don't want to walk into somebody's house and get hit with a brick wall of stank. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to be careful too. Don't go crazy, right? If you're unloading half a can of Lysol,
right. You're
gross.
obviously
Covering up a
something up.
smell.
Yeah.
right?
Which will reveal itself in a
In
little
due
bit.
time.
Yes.
It's not permanent.
It smells like wildflowers and ass
Yeah. Is it Febreze?
hmm
and mold.
Febreze is literally advertised to cover up stink,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
which means you have a problem if there's stink in the
Yeah.
house. What about a toilet bowl that's got a pink ring in it?
I'm not judging that.
Gross.
It's pink mold.
Yeah.
It's mold
Gross.
Yeah.
in the toilet bowl.
Yeah. That's okay.
Ugh.
Now, I mean, there's a difference between is there sitting urine or like, Mr. Hanky, is he taking
Skid
a little
marks.
swim right there?
There's some rubbing is racing.
Ugh.
Right. Like,
Gross.
previous person was a freckler. I get what you're talking about. Yeah. Dude, that happens, bro. That happens in everybody's house. I'm hoping that you would, at least go in there and take that little brush and whirl around a little
Yeah,
bit.
but you didn't.
You didn't exactly. But I mean, it is what it is. Everybody poops. Everybody has that, whatever you may need a knife for. It's okay.
Bidet, dude. Bidet. Bidet.
Right. I get it. That cleans the skid marks off of your end, but I mean, this is down on the porcelain. I don't think it works like that.
Eat some fiber. What's the strangest type of bird that you'd be willing to eat, such as a shoebill stork? You know what a shoebill stork is, Lindsay?
No.
Look it
I
up.
mean,
Look up shoebill stork. Shoebill stork. It will, if I remember correctly, this is a very bizarre looking bird. It almost looks human-like.
Got a giant honking
Oh.
It
schnoz.
is terrifying.
Yeah.
It will haunt you in your nightmares. And if I remember right, it makes a horrendous sound.
Yeah.
A very loud noise. It's not like a beautiful
Yeah,
chirping
yeah.
or anything. It's a very loud noise.
hmm
The shoebill stork. You see it?
yeah.
Okay, so what is your pick?
Probably a. What's the one? What are the We call him. My husband calls it a Harry Truman, and that's not what its real name. We see,
Dropping bombs?
huh?
Is it just dropping bombs everywhere it
No,
flies?
it's the. Now I can't even think of the real name of it. You see them all a blue herring. Is that what it is?
Blue herring.
What? Isn't that a fish?
See them all the time on the.
So it's the ones you see in the ponds and they got the long
Yes,
legs and stuff
yes.
like that. Yeah.
Piranha.
The heron, yes,
Great blue heron.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity.
Gimpy?
Can I say big?
Big?
Bird.
Big bird. Okay.
Oh,
If we're going like a legit bird,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the flamingo.
Yeah. That's where I was going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see if it tastes like shrimp.
Yeah. Flamingo or
That's
roadrunner.
true.
One of the two.
Yeah. Why not? That sounds fine. Penguin. I'm down for some penguin.
Ooh, yeah. Some fricasseed penguin.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about it getting, it's cold. It's right there on the ice.
Right.
Who doesn't? Some good penguin. Yum. I'm going to name some dishes. You give me a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being awesome.
Okay.
And 0 being pass.
Okay.
Okay. Lindsay, you're in on this too.
Okay.
Let's start basic,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Spaghetti. Lindsay?
10.
Okay. Gimpy?
3.
Okay. Fettuccine Alfredo. You can
10.
You can say 10.
Could I say 11?
Gimpy?
What kind? Is it seafood or is it chicken?
This is just the cheese. This is
Just
no
the
chicken,
sauce
no
and noodles?
Yeah.
0.
Okay. Manicotti. So manicotti, for those who don't know, it's a ricotta. Mostly the time it's a ricotta-based filled noodle.
Big ol' honking noodle too.
It's a 6 for me.
Okay.
That's a 0 for me, dog.
Okay. Stuffed shells.
6.
Okay. Gimpy.
2.
Wow.
If that. I'm struggling for a 2, bro.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Lasagna.
3.
Wow. Gimpy.
Who's making it?
Whoever your favorites is.
It's even my ma's lasagna. That would rank like a 2 or 3 for me. And that's because it's mom's. So lasagna just in general.
Yeah.
That's a 1.
Chicken Parmesan. Chicken Parmigiana.
9.
Never had it.
What?
Crazy.
It feels crazy.
Yeah. So that's going to be a 0 for me, dog.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
Chicken. Oh my gosh. Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Let's see what Gimpy has in his 4x4.
Well, Corbett, it says here the lawmakers want travel advisory issued about Mexico's counterfeit pills. Edward Markey of Massachusetts and David Trone of Maryland are pointing out to an investigation by the Los Angeles Times into Mexican pharmacies. It shows more than 70% of pills sold to the newspaper's investigators were contaminated by fentanyl, methamphetamines, or other powerful drugs. Experts say life-threatening drugs have become a major issue as growing numbers of Americans cross the border each year to buy cheaper medication.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Right.
Is that they can't afford the stuff here.
Right. So they're going across the border to get it, and they're getting meth and fentanyl.
So this guy thinks the solution is to try and fix the problem there?
Well, yeah.
No.
It doesn't make
Those people that got kidnapped and a couple of them got killed they were trying to get medical services.
Right.
Because it's too expensive here.
Right. So lower the prices here. They won't have to go there. Makes sense. We won't do that, though. McNally to pause social media activity amid controversy. It comes.
Oh, this is a beautiful story.
It comes the week after the 79-year-old McNally was found commenting repeatedly on the suggestive Instagram post of a 20-year-old gay man. A Republican came under fire after the discovery, as he has been recently served as Speaker of the state Senate to oversee the chamber that has passed bills some believe that are anti-gay. Tennessee has recently banned gender-affirming care for transgender youth and placed restrictions on drag show performances. Meanwhile, he's like, hey.
Dude, that's exactly what he was doing. And I think people were commenting that he didn't know his stuff was public.
All right. You're a public figure.
Yeah.
But he thought that the profile was private. So he was safe.
Yeah, but here's the
to leave
thing.
heart emojis.
When you're a public official and you don't want people to know your sexual orientation because it's no one's damn business.
Right.
Then make a fake profile.
There you go.
Well, what are you hiding with your fake profile? My gayness.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because now he's made it private and is not commenting on it, which is you're the one that jumped out.
Right. It's very sus. FBI releases revised hate crime stats that shows 12% increase in 2021. The increase shows 65% of them were racially motivated. The original release of the data, which reported a slight decrease in overall hate crimes, had low participation due to law enforcement agencies dealing with new reporting systems. New York and Los Angeles didn't contribute to the initial report. And then lastly here, Volkswagen chooses Canada, over Oklahoma for EV battery plant. Earlier this year, it was reported that Oklahoma was in the running for the facility, which would have stood at the Mid-America Industrial Park. And prior, the new facility is now going to be built in St. Thomas, Ontario. Volkswagen is the latest company to turn down the Sooner State. In 2020, Tesla chose Austin over us for its newest auto assembly plant.
So what are they going to do what are they going to make in Canada for Volkswagen? Are they going to
batteries for their e-cars? Yeah.
Okay, just the batteries, not the actual vehicle itself.
Right.
It's still a manufacturing facility.
It's still thousands of jobs that could have had here.
Yeah. That's because the tax benefits that they would get they were offering are great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they kind of look at it. Some companies look at it like, well, what else is awesome there? Like, oh, their schools are dead last.
Yeah.
Right.
Their roads are whatever 45th.
Right.
They take things into consideration, not just tax. Fix the other problems.
Mm-hmm. And we lost to a bunch of damn hosers.
Let's see what Lindsay has. Oops. Let's see what Lindsay has for balls to the wall sports. I got excited to the poser style.
The Seahawks are adding a major piece to their defensive line. The NFL Network reports Seattle is signing defensive tackle Jermont Jones to a 3-year deal with $51.5 million. The contract will reportedly pay the 26-year-old $23.5 million in 1 year. Jones joins the Seahawks after matching a career high with 6.5 sacks through 13 games with the Broncos last season. The Broncos are rebuilding their offensive line via NFL free agency. ESPN reports Denver signed offensive tackle Mike McGlinchey and guard Ben Powers. McGlinchey landed a 5-year deal worth up to $87.5 million, while Powers agreed to a 4-year contract worth up to $52 million. The Broncos also made a splash on defense, reaching a 3-year, $45 million deal with defensive end Zach Allen. The NCAA men's basketball tournament begins today with a pair of first 4 matchups in Dayton. The action gets started with Southeast Missouri State facing fellow 16-seed Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Pittsburgh and Mississippi State then meet in a battle of 11 seeds. The first 4 continues Wednesday when Fairleigh Dickinson takes on Texas Southern in a 16 versus 16 showdown. Arizona State and Nevada will clash in a battle of 11 seeds later Wednesday. The tournament then kicks into full swing on Thursday with 16 first-round games on the slate. There remains no timetable on Ja Morant's return to the hardwood. ESPN is reporting that the 23-year-old NBA superstar has entered a counseling program down in Florida. Morant has been away from the team after being seen on an Instagram live video that showed him holding a firearm at a suburban Denver nightclub earlier this month. The NBA is conducting its own ongoing investigation into the 2-time All-Star. Morant said that he takes full responsibility for his actions.
Did you see the pictures of him at the strip club?
No.
So some strip club he was at released photos of him in like the VIP room with a $100 bill carpet, if you know what I'm saying, and just partying up with some stripper. And I'm like, I didn't see the big infraction, right? Like, he's a young kid with a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah.
And dudes typically like strip clubs.
Sure.
So I didn't see the big offense there. But the story coming out today that he's going to essentially rehab.
Yeah.
Right? Means there's something else going on that the NBA or the team or the Players Association is concerned with.
Yeah.
Right. Drinking too much blow, a combination of all of them.
Some sort of toxic behavior.
A little more partying.
And the idea that the stuff he's been doing is putting his job in jeopardy because he got suspended,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
He's displaying a weapon. Like, people that care about him are like, hey.
Get it together.
There's some concern that he may have an addiction, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Good.
And that's your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay at 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Great taste, 96 calories. There's a wiki here, so give me just a minute. Because it says something like bring her home before, midnight or something like that.
To me, if you name a show that, it's gotta, there better be at some point you play that out. right? You know,
Right.
Smallville, the TV show Smallville took place
All right.
in Smallville, right?
Sure.
Roseanne, it was about Roseanne,
Right.
right? They had to rename it the Connors because Roseanne wasn't on it anymore.
That's right.
Like, you can't get in here, you racist bitch. All right, so here's the rules. 8 simple rules for dating my teenage daughter.
From the show.
From the show.
Okay.
Use your hands on my daughter and you'll lose them after. That's rule number 1.
John Ritter is hardly that guy.
Right?
Really?
He might be the nicest character ever on any show, ever.
But that's what they want us to believe.
I think only one time he played a character that was really bad, evil.
Okay.
He mostly was the good golly G guy.
Wow, even on Problem Child, he was
Yeah.
a good.
Yeah. He was like, he could have been on SNL. Like he was a, what do they call it when a comedian, they like hurt themselves and stuff like that? He's that type of comedian.
Okay. Like Chris Farley was,
Chris
where
Farley,
he'd fall over on tables and it wouldn't bother him any at all.
Yeah.
But that's what they want you to believe. Maybe deep down inside, he's really just a mean
Sure,
asshole.
who he is off screen is, but we're talking about the character.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. The character is like, oh, we're such a nice guy or whatever, 99% of the time, but you get that 1% that's never shown.
But
You know,
it's kind of like when Kevin Hart threatens you, you go, come on, man.
Yeah.
You don't know he's this badass muscle guy.
right.
Right?
All right. So number 2, you make her cry, I make you cry.
Again, not on brand with John Ritter.
Number 3, safe sex is a myth. Anything you try will be hazardous to your health.
That's just bad parenting. That's just, I mean, they're going to have sex, right? So now you're turning them away from practicing safe sex.
Right now they're going to do it just to spite you,
Yeah.
Dad.
Well, it's not safe.
He's going to raw dog it just to spite your dad.
God, that word is so awesome. I hate it and love it at the same time.
All right. So number 4, you're looking at bring her home late. There's no next date. Notice how everything rhymes with these rules.
That's on John Ritter brand.
Yeah. Number 5, if you pull into my driveway and honk, you better be dropping off a package because you're sure not picking up anything else.
Who delivers stuff to your house? Who delivers stuff in honks?
I don't know.
No one.
Usually they knock on the door.
No one.
Ring a doorbell.
For us,
something like
DoorDash?
Right.
Domino's in the time like that? No, that's not a
Sure.
thing.
that. It says alternative rule number 5, only delivery men honk, dates ring the doorbell once. That was his alternative to the number 5.
Okay.
Honking.
Oh, okay.
All right, so number 6, no complaining while you're waiting for her. If you're bored, change my oil. Change, not check.
I don't know. If you know who John Ritter was, he might mean.
You know, he
Something
did play a
completely
little
different.
Fruity Fruit on Three's Company.
Word?
At least to Mr. Furley, Mr. Roper, he was
They
supposed to be.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Number 7, if your pants hang off your hips, I'll gladly secure them with my staple gun.
Mm.
What
Yes.
a dick.
Assault.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, not on brand with
Nope,
John Ritter.
not at all.
And lastly here, number 8 for 8 simple rules of dating my teenage daughter. Dates must be in crowded public places. You want romance, read a book.
I like it.
Again, that might be the most on brand of all of them
Yeah.
for John Ritter.
Yeah.
I had to look up whether or not John Ritter ever played a bad guy. And the only one I found was his role in the film Bad Santa. Bob Chapesca.
With Billy Bob Thornton?
Yes.
Was he still alive at that time? I mean,
In
apparently the internet says so, but
2003.
okay.
He was out to expose him for the hard drinking, offensive brute that Billy Bob Thornton's role was.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
Sure enough. And John Ritter died in 2003.
Mhm.
Wow. So shortly after he did that, I guess.
Yeah.
How about that?
I feel like I saw him in a, because he was in Sling Blade, if I remember correctly, too. Like he was the friend, he was the father of the boy. Was he evil in that?
Mm. I don't think so. Maybe.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But Problem Child, we know him as.
Yeah.
I feel like there was he played Roy Slade. Is that right?
In Sling Blade? No.
No. Oh, he was the priest.
Mm.
That feels on brand for John Ritter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who had John Ritter on there? What they'll talk about today? Bingo card.
Yeah, not me.
Nobody.
Small town police station rocked by wild sex scandal. This is in Tennessee, where a small town police station was rocked by allegations of wild sexual misconduct after a married female officer allegedly had steamy romps with 6 male officers, including illicit on-duty liaisons, according to reports. Officer Megan Hall and her fellow law officers allegedly engaged in wild sexcapades that included sending dirty pictures, taking her top off at a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party.
What does that mean? They were filming it?
I guess so.
Give him a free hat.
Yeah.
Right. What is a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party?
I don't know, but I'm interested.
Sure.
Yeah.
Some with young kids, huh? Were there young kids there? Underage?
I don't know.
Don't know,
It never
'Cause that's
said
what
that.
Girls Gone Wild was most of the time.
That is true. That is true. And even having oral with 2 officers at the Laverne, Tennessee police station
At the same time?
at the same time.
Get it, girl.
The steamy shenanigans in which Hall allegedly bragged about the size of one partner's genitals and
How is
claimed
that worthy of the story?
I don't know. She claimed to be in an open marriage. She not only led Hall to be canned, but led to the firings of 2 sergeants, 1 officer, and a detective, according to a December internal investigation. 2 other officers who allegedly had romps with Hall, they kept their jobs but wound up being suspended. The extracurricular activities took place at hotels and parties at other officers' houses and on a boat, while she was also
On a
accused
boat.
of performing oral sex on 2 officers while on duty at the police station and police gym. Officials began to look into the swinging personal lives of the officers when the mayor himself received a tip that she was sleeping with several fellow cops
Mayor didn't get the tip.
and had a threesome with an officer and his wife, among other claims. They were dismissed for violating police procedure and lying during the investigation, who had been witnessed choking an HR employee.
She's a whore.
God.
Yeah, I know, right?
What?
I mean, if she wants to be promiscuous, so
Mhm.
what? I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're on the job,
Exactly.
that's obviously completely reckless. And multiple people you work with, also extremely reckless.
Yeah.
It creates a system of resentment, right? People like don't like it or whatever. You create problems that way.
Only the other female officers that aren't getting railed by the
And
other dude
no,
officers.
guys get way jealous, dude. So
Why,
if you're
because they're
like,
not getting any,
no, maybe, or ones that are like, no, she was with me. Like,
uh-huh.
yeah,
Well,
it
that's
is not
my girl.
healthy.
That
Did
is
you know that your mother is a whore?
Yeah.
right. The HR director who authored the report and conducted the investigation sanctioned the 8 officers for various penalties for sexual activity while on duty, sexual harassment, conduct unbecoming of an officer, and lying during the course of the investigation. It was further revealed that Hall and many of the male officers had shared lewd text messages and
Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. We read emails on Tuesdays at this time. You send an email asking for advice, and then we try to help you out with non-professional advice, just from our life experiences. And you guys can help us with that by either calling with advice at 918-460-KMOD or texting BMMS and whatever that advice is to 82945. This email says, my boyfriend and soon-to-be baby daddy is cheating. I know I shouldn't have, but I went through his computer and saw that he was sexting with people online. He says it's not cheating because he didn't do anything. He never met those people. It was just messages. He told me I'm just being pregnant paranoid. The messages asked people to meet up for drinks. Is he cheating?
Ooh, how rude.
Careful what you go searching.
Pregnant paranoid.
Careful which one you go searching for.
That is
Right.
true.
Right. You say it all the time, man. If you're going to go digging for something, you're going to find something.
Something you don't like.
Absolutely. And it may not be, sexting or whatever, but you're going to find something that you don't agree with to get all upset about. This just happens to be up there.
Yeah.
On the degrees of things you could have found.
Yeah. Cheating, man. It's a funny word because it means differently to other people.
Absolutely.
Right.
There's definitely, I would say, an emotional affair there.
Well, let's not give advice yet.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, cheating can mean so many different things, right? Some people, cheating is if you even look at another person.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. For some others, it's, your old lady doesn't want you eating your wings and you're out there eating wings on a lunch break, keeping a secret from her.
Right.
That's cheating.
Right.
That's a good point.
Lindsay mentioned an emotional relationship. Well, how far is emotional? If I flirt with the cashier at Walgreens and that I'm creating an emotion. Right. And then if I always go to that Walgreens and she's there, or a lunchtime sweetie, isn't that an emotional relationship?
Yes,
they give me an emotion. Is that cheating though? Is that emotional? Do you see what I'm saying? Like the depth of that word can mean a lot of things. And though he called her pregnant paranoid, you being pregnant is not helping the emotional stability you have to try and navigate.
No.
Right. The hormones are rushing and of course emotions are heightened.
That doesn't give him permission.
No.
That's not what I'm saying. And you've done nothing wrong. It's except maybe not be on birth control. But is that is something happening.
Yeah, he's being very insensitive.
Yeah. Text says, yes, he is cheating. Sexting is a way. Or he is plotting to cheat. Red flag. Might not be talking to his baby mama.
Yeah, Lindsay, you said something there that I wanted to ask your opinion on or a follow-up to, and you said it was rude for what he was calling her.
Yeah.
Is it rude that she went through his phone?
I suppose it depends on, I mean, she had her suspicions. Maybe she did ask him and she was seeing these signs and he was denying. And maybe she just couldn't take no for an answer.
So again, my question's still out there?
Yeah.
It's rude.
Yeah, it is.
Regardless of whether she got lied to or she thought, that's rude too.
It is. Absolutely.
Right. There was no trust at all whatsoever.
Right. The trust between both of them was broken.
For whatever reason, he gave her a reason not to. So she's like, I'm going to go digging through the computer. And then she found what she found.
Is he cheating? Who cares? Shoot him now. Well, you can still blame hormonal pregnancy craziness.
Awesome. That's hilarious.
I don't think that's a thing. Could be wrong, but I don't think you show up to court and they're like, oh, you're pregnant. Charges dismissed.
Right.
Well, that makes sense.
You get a pass.
Yeah. No way, man. Yeah. And the whole like bowing up from his standpoint is also a little concerning because it's completely negating. It's not validating how you feel.
Right. It's pretty much just saying, whatever. Your feelings don't mean anything.
I feel so lucky that I didn't have kids with my first wife. And I feel so lucky that I didn't have kids earlier. Because those relationships were not okay.
Right.
And to try and bring now the questioning this person must be having because you're hooked to that sled.
Yeah, for 18 years.
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
There will always be a connection. Yeah, for sure.
There's always going to be. Did you hear what dad did? Right?
Right. And you see him at your daughter's wedding or whatever, 20 years down the road. And that still brings that up. You son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
or
when
you
thought
see
you were
them.
rude.
Or you're at your kid's house and they have a picture up.
Right.
Like, you're connected forever.
Yeah, there's another twist of the knife. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, a constant reminder of your mistake.
This text says that both sides seem toxic. Okay. I could see that. His side, obviously, he's out there talking to other people on the internets, and then she's, no trust. She's got trust issues, starts digging around.
Yeah. When people start I think crazy is contagious. So when one person starts acting crazy, other people start acting crazy. Whether that's, some magician on stage trying to kiss your wife and then you get up and try to attack them, like it's contagious.
Right.
Somebody said this, I think this is emotional cheating is just as bad as physical cheating, if not worse. What say you, Lindsay?
Yeah, because the emotional cheating can be so much more. There's so much, can be more intimate. You're talking about your lives. You're probably getting really personal. Whereas physical, it can just be sex. You just need that sexual release,
Except we called it, you said emotional cheating. We talked about that for a second. And apparently he just asked for drinks. And that falls under emotional cheating or trying to forge a relationship with someone else. That isn't the same as getting to know them on a personal level.
Right. What's your favorite color?
But it all gets labeled emotional cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Gimpy, do you think emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating?
Yeah, I could see it because there's a deeper connection there. You don't have to have a connection to go bang someone. Honestly, you really don't. There doesn't have to be any emotional. You don't even have to like the person.
Yeah.
You just got to be slightly attracted to them. And even then, you don't have to.
What's Chris Rock's bit? Oh, it's so funny. Men cheat based on options.
Right.
Right.
You're only as faithful as your options are.
Yeah.
And that's the true statement. And if you've got lots of options, then that's going to change things up a little bit. And if you don't have any options, well, you're stuck with the same homely gal that you've been with for decades. But yeah, emotional cheating can be way worse because there's a huge connection there.
I can see how someone would say emotional cheating is worse. But the visual picture you get in your head of somebody typing a message is not nearly comparable to the visual message you put in your in-head projector of them banging it out.
Absolutely.
So for me, physical is way worse. You might be able to work through an emotional connection.
Okay.
But we're not going to be intimate for a while.
Right. Either way, the connection that you had, whether it's gone with your current
it's a whole new chapter.
It's gone. Yeah. Whether it's emotional or physical, that changes the dynamic of everything.
Yeah. The idea, though, of emotion, like if you've had a relationship over time, like you've kept the texting alive or messaging alive over time, yeah, that's a whole nother beast. You're having a life with them at that point.
Right.
That may be just online.
And are you talking about your current relationship that you're already in? Because that would piss me off too.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the problems that we have? That's not a therapist that you're speaking to.
That's just a friend. That's just somebody I'm talking to.
About our relationship.
But they're listening.
Right. You don't ever listen. You just nag all the time.
Oof.
Yeah,
you're not. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong, Lindsay.
That is awful.
Yeah.
You're giving that person personal information about our relationship. They're feeding off of that.
If you weren't such a bitch, we wouldn't have these problems. But every time I try to come to you with something, you just shut me down.
Yeah, I'm only a bitch because you're seed.
Exactly.
Ew. There's so much to this, period. If he started treating her like crap, giving her a reason, then any sexual interactions you're doing with others, whether in person or online, is cheating. Porn is different than direct sexting, and asking others to meet for coffee, it will go further, especially if you've already seen them naked.
True. Some people would consider watching porn cheating.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
What do they have that I don't? Well, a nice rack and a good attitude.
More concerning, a man who's about to be a father is preoccupied with sexting, just an opinion. I mean, I guess that's concerning. Whether he's preoccupied with work or sexting, what's it matter? Because your point is they're not attentive to the pregnant woman.
Right.
I'm certain I'm missing something here, but it sounds like there's some underlying something. What I mean is, why is he baby daddy? He's not boyfriend, fiance. He's only baby daddy.
That's a good point.
Is that really just all he is to her? I think when you're writing a message to get advice after you're been violated emotionally, yeah, you're not going to call him awesome.
Right.
Good point. I mean, she did say my boyfriend
Soon
slash
to be.
soon to be baby daddy. Yeah. Because he's not the fiance because he hasn't proposed. So she is still calling him the boyfriend.
This is a pretty straightforward response. If she's pregnant with his baby, I think that's disrespectful what he's doing.
Yes.
Very straightforward.
Yes, but it isn't out of the realm of possibility for two people to have sex and one of them get knocked up and there'd be no relationship. That's the difference here is there is a relationship established betwixt these two people. All right, so if I go out and bang some broad and get her knocked up, there's no relationship there, and I'm talking to other people. Am I being disrespectful to the bitch that I just knocked up?
Right. You're pointing out that the pregnancy isn't the factor here, and the texter is pointing out that you should be a man when you get a woman pregnant with your seed and stand by them and give them all their needs. Right. There's two different opinions, but the point is the same. You should be honorable because they're your partner, honorable because they're carrying your child.
Absolutely.
But Gimpy's right. You don't have to be in a relationship to get somebody pregnant. So if you get someone pregnant and you're not in a relationship, you just rando meet at a bar, are you supposed to, I don't know another way to say this, so I guess this will maybe be a little childish. You're just supposed to straighten your act up and not go out, not date, not flirt anymore, even though it was a one-night bang. Suddenly you're supposed to be committed to that baby mama.
That's what some people think. But if there is no connection there, you don't want to be with, tied down with one person or whatever. And that's a decision you make. But some people are like, you're pregnant with my child. We got to get married now. Whatever. Old school thinking.
Yeah, I think our parents maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to marry my daughter now, right?
Oh. It'd be this. You're not marrying my daughter.
Do you even know my daughter? Do you even know her last name?
Sarah, I don't even know her first name.
I don't even remember the color of her eyes.
Becky?
Emotional cheating equals emotional pregnancy, emotional STDs, emotional grape. Of course, physical is worse. The consequences are way worse. If sexting is your line in the sand, then yes, it's cheating. But it's up to y'all to establish boundaries and your levels of comfortability. Somebody saying that essentially, yes, your inability to withdraw from the situation before getting pregnant implies that you should straighten your act up. Yeah, I don't know about all that. That feels like a whole nother topic. If you get somebody pregnant on a whim.
No, that stuff happens. Accidents happen.
It hardly means you should just, straighten your life out in a weird way.
Right. Probably be a responsible adult and to help take care of your child.
For sure.
Absolutely. But you don't have to drop everything you're doing and be like, well, I got this broad knocked up. I guess I'm in a relationship now.
But isn't the optics on it a little weird to be like, yeah, I got you pregnant, but I'm also seeing like two other girls. So
yeah, but if there was never any kind of relationship established betwixt you and the other person, then no, there's nothing wrong with that because it was just a one-night stand. You found this dame at a bar, wherever, you banged her, you got her knocked up. They made a movie out of it.
Yeah, we're not talking about father responsibilities.
Right.
That's obvious. That should be obvious.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, take care of your kid, but that doesn't mean you've got to stop what you're doing and lock down a relationship with somebody you barely know because you decided to go home on a drunken night and have some fun.
For the sake of the child, though, it might be nice to give it a shot.
That's not real, though.
No.
That's been proven that,
Right.
that's not a real thing. People be miserable for the sake of a child. It only gives an example of what a miserable relationship is.
Right.
And then they gauge that as their baseline of what a good relationship is. Too many people stick it out for the kids, and it does not pan out well.
No, because the connection isn't there. The emotions aren't there.
The kids know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fascinating. All right, listener email from somebody who it looks like they got cheated on. My boyfriend and soon-to-be baby daddy is cheating. I know I shouldn't have, but I went through his computer and saw that he was sexting with people online. He says it's not cheating. He didn't do anything. He never met those people. He told me I'm just being pregnant paranoid. The message asked people to meet up for drinks. Is he cheating, Lindsay?
Yes, he's cheating. That's it. Clearly, she feels that he's cheating. So if that's your version of cheating, then yeah, and it would be mine too, emotional cheating. I think that if she wants to stay with this guy, they should definitely seek counseling help, because he doesn't feel like it's cheating and she is, and someone needs to explain their boundaries to one another. They need a mediator between the two of them. And I'm curious to know if they ever did meet up for drinks on that invite. Who invited who? I'd be interested to know if he actually went and met these people that he's talking to online, because then the plot would thicken and now he knows who they are in person, and that would just develop more of a relationship. So she's lucky she's nipping it in the bud before it gets even more. So yeah, I think they need to seek counseling with one another, but it's definitely cheating.
Gimpy.
I don't think that it's cheating. He never really, physically did anything with her. Yeah, there's emotional connection. There's emotional cheating. It is what it is. But it's your boundary. It's your line. And that's ultimately where it lays, is where's your boundaries? What's your line? Did this cross it? If this crossed a line for you, then you know what you got to do. If it didn't cross the line, even if it just etched up to the line but never really went over the line, well, then okay, you guys can probably work through it. But ultimately, you got to look at your boundaries, look at yourself, and be like, hey, am I okay with this? Am I okay if this happened again? Okay, and then go from there.
Yeah, if you want to be in a relationship where you're allowed to send messages in whatever platform, texting, Facebook, whatever, to other people to meet up for drinks, then go find someone that allows you to do that. If you want to be in a relationship where your partner doesn't do that, then go find that person. And so life is too short to eat bad food, drink bad drinks, have people around that don't treat you the way you want to be treated. If you want to be a princess and have somebody bring you juice every day and wait on you hand and foot and rub your feet, go find that person. They're out there. Who am I to say that's the wrong way to do it? But if it's what you want, then go do it. I think you throw the word cheating around because it gets people on your side.
Right.
Right? It's a buzzword. Rather than like, he disrespected me. I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm not the number one. If that's what you want, go get it. But don't try to make him look bad. Just go, he wasn't providing what I needed. And don't talk to him anymore, because he's got to do all the work now, because you ain't married.
Right.
At least that's what Jeff Hensley says. He's on Mondays at 9. You can always send an email, show@kmod.com.
More of the Big Man Morning Show.
That is a dispensary.
That is correct, my friend. Corbin just made 5-4. Aqua Viva Oasis,
Lindsay.
Day Spa or Dispensary. Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay is correct. All right, so we're tied up 5-5. Fig Medical, Day Spa or Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, that is incorrect. Fig Medical is a day spa.
I was thinking because like sweet, right? And like sometimes you it smells like
You're
a fig.
thinking medical marijuana.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
All right. All right. Remember, this is for a big prize at the end of the game here. You are going to love the prize that I have chosen.
Leftovers.
Right, it's a roach.
Right. right.
Bong
and
water.
not the one you smoke.
It's the crumbs.
Laura Apothecary, Day
Lindsay.
Spa or Dispensary. Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay is incorrect. The
Yeah, it's a
Laura
spa.
Apothecary is a day spa. Lucky Garden, Day Spa or Dispensary. Corbin, yes.
That's a dispensary.
Lucky Garden, Corbin is a day spa. So far, we got 6 to Corbin and 5 to Lindsay. The Health Center, Day Spa or Dispensary. Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
That is correct. You sound like you've been there before.
To me, the name was just so obvious. There's no way you're going to call an actual spa that.
Right, the Health Center. Supreme Heights, Day Spa
Corbin.
or Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin would be correct. All right, so we're looking at 8-5, Lindsay.
Okay.
All right, we're down in the home stretch of this thing. All right. The Enchanted Cottage, Day
Corbin.
Spa or Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin is incorrect. That is a day spa.
Why are people calling here asking if we have weed?
Got any specials on an ounce, man?
It's called Enchanted.
Wildflower, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
That is incorrect, Corbin. Wildflower is a day spa. All right, Clover Patch, Tulsa, day spa or
Lindsay.
dispensary? Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay would be correct.
What's the score?
6-8, Corbin's
Okay.
lead. All right, the Merry Mind, day spa or
Lindsay.
dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay. The Merry Mind is a dispensary. All right, the Relax Station, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
That is correct. Corbin is up 9-6. Path to Wellness, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay, Path to Wellness is a
Oh,
day
I'm
spa.
sorry. I thought you said packed.
Oh, yeah. Was that the
wellness.
problem?
Yeah, I thought it said packed.
Sure, yes. Let me enunciate a little bit more, shall we? All right, let's see here. Heirloom, day spa or dispensary? Heirloom, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin.
That's a dispensary.
Corbin, Heirloom is a day spa.
Mm.
You're still in the lead, 9-6. He's okay. Tulsa Garden, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. Day
Spa.
spa or dispensary. The Tulsa Garden is a day spa. Good job, Lindsay.
Score.
We're looking at 9-7, Corbin's lead. Bella Roma Medical, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin. Bella Roma Medical is a day spa. Stonebrook, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Spa.
Yes, you are correct, Lindsay. We are now 9-8, neck and neck. Who is going to win, day spa or dispensary, and walk away with a big, big prize? Stone Age Meds, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. The Stone Age Meds is a dispensary. Uptown Wellness, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. Uptown Wellness is a dispensary.
Really?
We only got 2 left here.
Okay.
All right. So we got a chance to tie it and a breaker if we can do this. All right. Pura, day spa or
Corbin.
dispensary? Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin is correct. Pura is a dispensary, puts him with the win, 10-8. I'll go ahead and give you the last one, see if you can guess it. Stonebrook, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay would have been correct, which wouldn't matter because it's 10-9. Corbin is the big winner. Congratulations, Corbin.
What'd I get?
You want to know what you got?
Yeah.
My friend, I tell you, you have won my leftover potatoes. That's right, Corbin. I had dinner last night.
I love it. That's awesome, man. I'm actually kind of hungry, so I think that's a fantastic
This is
gift.
perfect.
And you're not a horrible cook.
No.
So that's great. But, I just think it's just an honor to win. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Lindsay. She put in a valiant effort.
Listen,
And,
Corbin,
I just appreciate the competitiveness. And, I'm just one guy on a team, and we're just a team trying to make the thing happen. And, it's an honor to be a part of the Ford Truck Series and anything I can do to make this Hilton Hotel team do the best I can.
Well, Corbin, I'm glad that you accepted and decided to give your prize of potatoes to the loser of the game, but that's not all that you're going to win. All right? So not only do you get my leftover dinner from last night, my potatoes and a little bit of steak with some cheese on top, I'm also going to hook you up with a 6-pack of Twisted Tea.
Oh.
Set right up front because nobody wants this. So
Yeah.
I grabbed a pack and you get
Yeah.
to take it home with
Again, you put
Twisted
zero
Tea.
effort into the prize.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just real grateful that this Hilton Honors team did the best they could, and we'll make sure part of the Ford Truck Series continues. So I'd like to give it to my second place. His second isn't winning. So
Dude,
All right.
Twisted Tea is a great beer fridge for guests.
Right, right.
item.
Well, congratulations, Lindsay. You got yourself some old mushed potatoes and some warm Twisted Tea for losing on Day Spa or Dispensary.
this says I'm about to get divorced from my wife of 10 years because I made a stupid mistake and had a one-night stand. We got in an argument. I left, went to the bar, slept with some woman, and almost immediately the guilt took over me. She has told me it's over, but I have to try. What can I do to get her to give our marriage a second chance? 918-460-KMOD. BMMS, than whatever you think he should do to 82945. Let's entertain the idea. What are some things he could do? How about a vacation?
Ooh.
You and me, let's have a vacation. Let's go to some beautiful exotic place and talk out my inability to keep my penis in my pants.
Yeah.
Having kids usually fixes that situation.
That maybe if you're lucky, you'll get to do that.
Vacations are nice. Absolutely.
Can you work on a problem on a vacation, Lindsay?
I don't think so. Because
this isn't a problem.
Back,
this is a crack in the foundation.
Absolutely. Because once you get back, everything's right there, Yeah.
What are some other things he could try?
I think he
entertain the idea. No
on
bad ideas.
Hands and knees and
begs.
What? Yeah. What do you want me to do? I will do anything you want me to do.
Yeah. Horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody, right? And this is why. Because you want to fix it. You have to come up with ideas. Not me. You want to fix it. Why do I have to tell you how to fix your problem? Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Listener emails. The way this works is when you got the situation on your hands, you send us an email. The email address is show@kmod.com. Show@kmod.com. We'll read it on the air and get advice. This email that we got says, my neighbor has not liked how I have people over on the weekend. I'll admit it, we get loud. I got up Monday to a letter taped to my front door. It was a cease and desist, and that if I didn't stop, they would sue me, and that I need to comply immediately. Are cease and desists legal?
Good question. That is fun.
I mean, it sounds like it. I mean, it sounds like something you have to go to a lawyer to get.
How about the idea that you're that person? You're that person in the neighborhood. Like you have an image in the neighborhood.
Being the party animal.
You're the party guy.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like there's the guy who takes care of his yard. There's a person that doesn't. Right. You have a persona in the neighborhood. Yeah. Even if you're not a party guy. You can build 1,000 bridges. You get with one goat. We all know what they call that.
Right.
So, like, you're known as the party guy, and your neighbor clearly is known as the Karen.
So, how do we get along in this magical world? Well, it's easy. You invite Karen over to the party.
I'm sure they're fun, or maybe they are.
You never know. And maybe that's what the problem is. The person's problem is
the jelly.
Yeah.
What's a movie? Game Night, where the neighbor is a police officer whose wife died.
All right.
And he just always wants to be invited to game night, and he's super creepy. Oh gosh, what's the actor's name? He's awesome, and he just wants to be invited. And every time they go to the door, he's standing out there hoping to be invited over. It's fantastic. Have you ever seen that movie, Lindsay?
Yeah, I believe I have. Is that the one with Jason Bateman in it? Yes. It's
a great movie. And so, yeah, maybe Gimby's right. Maybe there's a little bit of desire to be invited over.
Possibly.
Yes. Gary is the guy.
Gary,
yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Gary. It's a lot of chips you have.
Yeah.
And maybe that is the case. Maybe this person, they're tired of hanging out with their 15 cats. Their only company they have is the mailman. You know what I'm saying? They're like,
yeah,
I want this person next door to be as miserable as I am. So I want them to stop their partying.
Yeah. And then to get a cease and desist. Have you ever gotten a cease and desist?
No, never.
Gimpy, have you ever gotten one?
Never have.
Yeah, I've gotten 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you the party guy?
No, they had 0 to do with partying.
Right. More work related.
I'm wondering if this is, legal, I don't know, but like, isn't there, it would have to be after certain hours or before certain hours, because isn't it like 10 to 11 or?
For what?
For the being
for it to
too
be
loud.
Illegal?
Yeah.
I think over a certain decibel, even during the day. can get you a noise ordinance. It just depends.
And is it just one person complaining, or would more than one neighbor have to file the complaint?
And like they got together?
Yes.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes.
So this
like
here,
we're to stand up in court.
it says here that most local noise ordinances designate quiet hours from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. on weekdays and until 8 or 9 a.m. on the weekends, because we got to sleep in a little bit. So running a power mower might be permitted at 10 a.m. on a Saturday, but not 7 a.m. Some universally disturbing sounds are commonly banned or restricted. That was just me Googling quiet time in neighborhoods.
Well,
right.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I wonder if there's like bylaws, like if there's HOA fees where they live,
Can't
and if
do
there's
that.
rules in the bylaws.
Can't do that.
No,
they
can't put it in there. Like,
I mean, you can
listen,
put
we
it in
have
there,
a
but I
sound.
don't think there's a legal standing. They can't change the laws of the city.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Well, you got to respect. You keep it down after 11 o'clock, you know.
Right. There's being a decent human being.
Right. But this person, and even then, it didn't say in the email whether they were loud and noisy. It's just that they have people over.
Right.
That's it. They could be having one of those, silent discos, where everybody puts in their headphones and listens to the same music.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's stupid, but hey.
And he said he admitted they got loud.
Mm-hmm. Which that can happen in a game of Monopoly. It can get very heated. I get it.
Jesse Plemons, yes, that's the actor in Game 9. Anybody can sue for pretty much anything. Unless it's a summons from real court, you can pretty much ignore it. But you're probably still the asshole here. Was it a cease and desist from a law firm? Or just your neighbor writing it on a piece of paper or notebook paper? Because that definitely matters.
True statement.
So if it comes from a lawyer, it has more power?
Yeah. Because they represent the law.
No.
And your dumbass doesn't.
No, lawyers don't represent the law.
Well, they represent you when it comes to the law.
No.
Right? And they have all the legal paperwork to make it, to bring it up. Like, I could go to the law library downtown and get almost any bit of paperwork, but I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to filling it out. Okay? So, but that's why you hire a lawyer to navigate that. Like when somebody's going through a divorce or custody battle, instead of doing it yourself because you don't know what you're doing, you hire the attorney like Jeff Hensley to come in and represent you and take care of you, and because he knows what he's doing when it comes to that paperwork.
They're officers of the court.
Right.
Jeff, his purpose is to help navigate the court in accordance with the law. That's the way I understand it. So just because you're a lawyer doesn't mean you know the law.
Right. But if it takes like a cease and desist, you got to have a certain form and it has to be signed off by a judge. Then that's when the lawyer comes in.
Do cease and desist get signed by judges?
I don't know. I've never had one before, so I don't know.
Good question.
But I like this text that says cease and desist is you paying a lawyer to tell someone else, stop it, or I'm going to tell mom. We had to get one for the whiff when she had a stalker. And if you're breaking the law, they could take you to small claims.
There's one. If there's no HOA, then he can F off my house. Unless he is paying my taxes, he needs to mind his own business. Disturbing the peace can be a single complaint, but either witnessed by police for over 10 minutes or can request a will file citation, basically signing as a witness of the violation. It's a lot of steps, feels like, for being having to hear Cisco Thong song again.
How many times have the police been called for a noise complaint?
Why would that matter?
Well, because I would assume that this neighbor that's complaining would be like, listen, I've called the police a number of times. They've been over. This guy's been warned about the noise. So what's my next step? Do I do a cease and desist? Do I take him to small claims court over the noise ordinance? Like I would think that would be the next step. It wouldn't be going from nothing to a small claims court.
Yeah, I would think that if the police had been called, there would have been an interaction with the perceived offender.
Right.
And then they would be like warned or, even if it was close, sometimes police, they shouldn't have to play mediator in neighbor disputes.
Yeah.
Right.
And would have been like, hey, your neighbor's complaining. Just so you know, this is the law.
Right.
If I have to tell you to keep it down again, we'll write you a ticket or.
But even they can't change the law, right? If it's till 10 o'clock and they're under the decibel level or whatever, then okay.
Right.
They can't be like, hey, if I come out here 2 more times, it's not your dad trying to get you to go to sleep.
Exactly.
Right.
Listener email from somebody who says that their neighbor does not like how he has people over on the weekend. I'll admit we get loud. I got up Monday to a letter taped to my front door. It was a cease and desist, and that if I didn't, they would sue me, and that I have to comply immediately. Are cease and desists legal? Lindsay.
See, I don't know about the legality of a cease and desist, but it does sound like a texter just said, it does sound serious because they're willing to financially take them to court over this. So, I mean, if they've got the money to spend, it sounds like they're pretty serious about it. So I would take them seriously. Maybe just go over to your neighbor and talk about it. Possibly. You don't want to be in a bad way with your neighbors. And how many are you really disrupting? I feel like we need to know a little bit more too. I'd be interested if the cops have ever been called on this person, because it doesn't feel like they can just take you to court because they're pissed that you are loud without there being any noise complaints, without there being a record of complaints. It just seems like my word versus your word at this point. So I would just talk to your neighbor and just show a little bit more respect.
Gimpy.
See, what you do is you take that cease and desist, right? And you pick up a piece of dog crap with it and then tape it back to his door. And then you start getting fish heads and putting them on pikes and then sticking them in his yard. So that way, when your neighbor comes out in the morning, he knows that you ain't messing around. You got catfish heads, flatheads on pikes in your front yard. That's going to weird him out a little. Neighbors suck. Seriously, though, neighbors suck. Somebody's always going to be pissed off. Be respectful to your neighbor, all right? After, 11 o'clock at night, kind of keep noise down to a dull roar, all right? You don't have to be partying your ass off all night. You can still gather with your friends. You can still have fun. You can still listen to music. You just got to keep it down to a dull roar. And sounds like we all had to do this when we were young kids, when we were in our late teens, early 20s, living on our own, partying up with our friends. We've all had that neighbor that's like, hey, pipe down, try to sleep, da-da-da-da. So just be respectful to your neighbor. That's it.
Are cease and desist legal? I don't know. You should probably contact a lawyer to explain the legalities of it. My understanding is that, especially since it was taped to your door, it ain't worth anything. Anybody can print a letterhead from, Corbin and Associates.
Yeah, right.
And make it sound like it's a cease and desist. All a cease and desist is their announcement that they may pursue the court system within the laws. That's all it means. So you want to call their bluff? A little game of poker? Because that's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. They're thinking they're going to intimidate you to stop. As somebody said, I like this. I'll pay my ticket with a smile. Because that's all it would be.
Right.
It'd just be a ticket. And people are like, oh, be respectful. How about the neighbor be respectful and understand people can do whatever they want in their house?
Right.
There's a big difference between doing it 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
At what point do we put fish heads in his yard, though?
Well, that was the other thing, is because someone sent in that police wouldn't do anything about it. So I proceeded to take out their electric meter when it could be turned upside down so you can't do it anymore plugged in. The next time the meter was read, they gave him a $2,000 fine for trying to steal electricity. They moved out the next day.
Oh, damn.
If you engage in a crime to get your point across, I guess my non-legal advice would be don't engage in a crime that is a more severe penalty than the one you're trying to get stopped.
Yeah.
And fish heads fall into that category.
You're trespassing on their property and putting on fish heads on a spike. It could be harassment, something to
vandalism.
Vandalism. Yeah. I'm just saying, maybe.
You look a little psycho.
You do appear a little psycho. You look worse than them at that point.
Then all right, whatever. Cut a hamster in half and put it on.
You put on a black outfit with a ski mask and go over to their electric meter and tamper with it. Mm-hmm. You look crazier.
And you might get shot.
True.
You never know.
Yeah, people get shot for ringing a doorbell. You can always email us your legal or otherwise questions you have. The email address is show@kmod.com.
More of the Big Morning Show is next.
It's like offering him a cigarette.
Right. I don't have to share with you, though. That's the thing. I don't have to.
Yes, but you're not going out of your way is the point, right?
Listen, I'm the guy that goes to Walmart and gets the cookies for the potluck that we're having here at work. Okay. You expect more from me?
Yeah, I think if you go to someone's house and they're making, like, let's just say dinner still,
Mhm.
you got to take something.
Yeah.
I did. I brought
Even
my
a
appetite.
dessert or wine, whatever.
Yeah.
Something.
It's just manners, Gimpy, right?
Right. Yeah, sure.
No.
Listen, y'all invited me over. Okay, cool. I'll come over and have dinner. That's all right. Doesn't mean I have to bring a bottle of wine or a 6-pack or a bottle of anything for that fact. That's that. Unless you say so. Hey, BYOB, bring a bottle, bring a side item. We'll get the main course. That happens to me a lot. We got the main courses. Come on over for barbecue, whatever. Bring a side item. All right, cool. Tater salad it is.
I've never gone to someone's house and like looked around and said to myself, that's so dirty here.
Oh.
Ugh.
Wow.
What, do they have lives? Right? I don't go, their sheets, they didn't even make their bed. I don't do all that.
Oh, I bet you have.
Down my nose at you.
Because life happens.
Depends on the level of the filth, right? If you walk into somebody's house,
if you're
and
a
it looks
hoarder,
like hoarders, yeah, exactly.
I ain't going to your house. I already know you're a hoarder.
But this is the first time you didn't realize that they were disgusting people or hoarders until you walk into their house,
Oh,
right?
no. You
get
can read a
totally
hoarder a
thrown
mile
off guard.
away. No, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
Hoarder.
Yeah, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
You just tell by the way they dress. Their lack of showering.
Or by their vehicle.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, right? I think absolutely.
But you still don't say anything. You just kind of watch where you sit down, maybe scooch the newspapers or whatever, paper plates with leftover pizza rolls on them and hang out for a little bit. And I got to go. I got it.
If I'm going to judge, I'm judging, like, I'm going to judge the food. So I'm not going to judge, like, hey, your bed wasn't made.
No.
I'm going to judge, oh my God, you served Brussels sprouts or whatever that is.
Right.
I'm not going to get all like, ugh, you didn't clean for my arrival.
Right. You're right. Life happens.
Life
especially
happens.
if you've got small children.
Oh, and you're having a dinner party.
Right. You can expect toys to be all over the place. Now, there's a difference between, a little clutter, kids don't know how to pick up their toys, and your house looks like Ross, dressed for less. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I would think if you're hosting a dinner party, you would want to clean up.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
But that's not necessarily true, especially if you're like, hey, come over tonight, we're having pizza. Pizza feels like there's no cleaning happening.
Yeah, it's okay to have your laundry still piled up on the back of the couch from like 4 days.
You should at least pick it up and throw it on your bed.
Yeah.
Right? Give me a place to sit.
Right. Just move the panties over. It'll be fine.
It's always like, I've gone and I stopped getting in the car with this person when I went to get in their car and they're like, hold on. And they had to like unload a bunch of stuff from the seat and the floorboard into the back seat so I could sit down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you invited me to get in your car.
You should have had that fixed up beforehand.
Or just don't invite me into your car.
I'm with you.
Right? If you don't have a place for me to sit, what are you doing inviting me over?
I just like the company.
I'm not a charity. Yeah. So that would be, I'm judging food. What do you judge? What's your judge when you go to someone's house? If it's
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness?
Probably, yeah. Especially if you're having a dinner party.
Yeah, I might do that too.
Uh-huh.
Gimpy?
Definitely cleanliness. Now, it doesn't have to be sparkling like you walk in and everything's ting, 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 No. But if you're inviting people over, dinner party, or just to hang out and have a smoke sesh, you might want to just kind of pick up the bulk of
Smoke
things
sesh.
first,
You're so
right?
bougie.
Yeah.
You're going over to get high and you're like, man, the house was so dirty.
Yeah.
So dirty.
Well, yeah, if you gotta, you can't put your soda down or your water down on the table because it's littered with empty cans.
Right.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Go get a damn trash bag.
But
clear off the tables and it'll be fine.
Yes.
I'm not saying you have to run the vacuum.
Right.
All right. Just don't make people come in and be like, oh God. Oh. God. And furthermore, Susan, if it smells a little bit, just spray something. Just spray something in the air. You don't want to walk into somebody's house and get hit with a brick wall of stank. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to be careful too. Don't go crazy, right? If you're unloading half a can of Lysol,
right. You're
you're
obviously
covering up a
something
smell.
Yeah.
Right?
Which will reveal itself in a
In
little
due
bit.
time.
Yes.
It's not permanent.
It smells like wildflowers and ass.
Yeah. Is it Febreze?
Mm-hmm.
And mold.
Febreze is literally advertised to cover up stink,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
which means you have a problem if there's stink in the
Yeah.
house. Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. And let's see what Lindsay has for Balls to the Wall Sports.
Balls to the wall, man. Balls to the wall. Balls to the wall.
The NBA is dishing out a punishment for an incident that occurred in a recent game between the Boston Celtics and Atlanta Hawks. Celtics guard Marcus Smart has been fined $25,000 for initiating an on-court altercation and pulling Hawks guard Trae Young to the floor. Young and Smart were separated after the two were entangled and fell to the court under the Celtics basket. Smart was called for an initial foul before a lengthy review by the officials called both players for technical fouls and ejected Smart. Right-handed pitcher Trevor Bauer is taking his talents overseas to Japan. The former Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher is signed a one-year deal with the Yokohama Dina Bay Stars of Nippon Professional Baseball. The former Cy Young winner reportedly had multiple Japanese teams pursue him in free agency. Bauer had been released by the Dodgers in January after missing all of the 2022 season while on administrative leave. The 32-year-old had been accused of sexual assault by a San Diego area woman and was later suspended for 324 games by Major League Baseball. Bauer would be reinstated by the league after an arbitrator reduced his suspension to 194 games. But of course, no MLB team opted to sign him after his release from the Dodgers. A basketball player with a talent for shooting backwards broke a Guinness World Record by sinking his shot from 85 and a half feet away. And this happened in Texas. Jeremy Ware is his name. He's 30 years old. He had been practicing his backward shot since 2010. He broke the record for farthest basketball shot made backwards at the AT&T Center in San Antonio. The San Antonio Spurs mascot and cheerleaders were present for encouragement during the attempt. He says that he loved the Guinness World Records book growing up, and he always read them. And in high school, he was voted most likely to break a world record. And in college, he became very good at shooting the ball backwards, and he just did it for fun. And Ware said that he decided to attempt the record 12 years after starting to refine his technique. And he was reminded that there was a record for the farthest basketball shot made backwards. So he set his sights on that goal. His 85.5-foot shot broke the previous record of just 84 feet.
So like a basketball court's 94 feet.
Yes.
So it's probably close to almost under the rim. So go to the baseline and then about 10 feet
It was
in.
actually, I watched his little video. It was like 1 foot away from the rim when he shot it.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Sure.
Shot. It was really neat and very impressive. Yeah.
Does that get you laid?
I think so. I think it's impressive.
So you're at a bar, single Lindsay,
Mhm.
and you meet some guy, or he's leaned up against the bar having a amaretto sour, and he's like,
Ooh, an amaretto
hey,
sour.
well,
A little girly.
I mean, he may be an athlete, but
Mhm.
to that backward shot,
Yes.
I don't think he's drinking whiskey.
Okay.
Anyway, so and
Drinking his White Claw, having a good time.
there we go. That's
Yeah.
the more
Yeah,
modern
yeah,
reference.
yeah.
Thank you, sir. And he's like, hey, hubba hubba. I'm just guessing that's how a guy
Right.
who shoots half
Sure.
courts behind his back. And he's like, hubba hubba. You're like, hey, how are you? Da, 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 da. What do you do? Well, I am attempting the longest behind the back half court shot or whatever. And you go,
Oh,
Amazon.
That's fun.
Doesn't turn you on.
Heat it up.
Not really.
Mm-hmm.
Or what do? I'm in a band. Oh, yeah, we're playing at the BOK Center.
Fun.
Yeah, I would think that gets a little.
That's a little bit, sexier. Definitely.
I would think so.
Definitely sexier. Yeah.
I know how to manage my balls.
He's like, I shoot basketballs.
Oh, what team do you play for?
Oh,
yeah,
no, my own.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I'm a Guinness World Record holder.
That might get you
So
laid.
am I. I mean,
Part of.
yes,
For
exactly.
Sure. Yeah. Good for you. So am I.
Yeah. Next. That's your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay on 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Great taste, 96 calories. More of the Big Man Morning
Italian restaurant.
Mondo's, I respect them and what they do. It's just Italian is not for me. I'm like, I don't know what to get. Everything on the menu had either mushrooms or lemon on it. And I was just like, what's this stuff with the shrimp? Sounds good. I'll eat the shrimp over the noodles, which is exactly what I did.
I mean, I wanted to see. All right, so let's just go with a couple things here because I'm trying to find fried mozzarella.
I mean, that's just deep
10.
fried cheese. But even then, I want to give it like a 4.
Calamari.
10.
Calamari. I'll go ahead and give that like maybe a 6 or something because I've had calamari at other places that's not Italian food.
Bruschetta or bruschetta.
10.
Was that the fancy bread?
It's toast. Most of the time, it's toasted little pieces of bread with tomatoes and olive oil and balsamic and basil. And
Yes,
stuff.
the extremely stale bread that you chip a tooth on every time you eat it. That's a 0.
Let's see. It's spaghetti and meatball ravioli.
Lindsay?
6.
Only if it's Chef Boyardee. Which actually his name was Chef Boyardee, but we had to Americanize
Yeah. Give me your rating, Mr. Wikipedia.
1,
Tortellini.
4.
2.
Peppers and onions.
That's it. Like no sausage to put them on, or
Sausage,
anything?
peppers, and onions. It's typically
But like a
4.
bun, Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess with the sausage, peppers, and onions, I give it like a 3, 4, maybe even.
fettuccine carbonara.
What's the carbonara part?
Bacon.
Oh.
That's a 5.
What?
1.
Eggplant parmigiana.
Yeah, that's 8.
That's a big 0 for me, homie.
Meatball sub.
Oh, God.
5.
This is getting worse and worse the further we go down. 0, man. That stuff is too messy. It doesn't eat well. You have to have a fork to eat a sandwich. I think that's retarded.
Oh, I like it. Gnocchi.
What? Huh? Oh, okay. I've had that come in like a Hello Fresh or something like that once. And I was like, what is this? What is this garbage?
Oh, you didn't enjoy it?
Lindsay.
5.
0.
Oh, my gosh.
I know it sounds crazy, but like when it comes to like the Big 10 of restaurants and foods and stuff, Italian's at the bottom of that list for me, man.
Somebody texted in and said, you think Zio's is delicious? You got to try Luigi's and Skytook. So authentic. I think it's run by the actual Italian mob. I've had Luigi's and Skytook. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's not like I go to Zio's and I order one of everything.
Right.
I worked there after college, and their 5-cheese pasta, adding chicken to it, was so good.
Yeah.
Their spinach artichoke dip, which isn't Italian, whatever, but it was so good.
Mm-hmm. I just like the brown paper on the tables that give you crayons.
The cannoli, yeah, I know how to write my name upside down. Cannoli, with the Alfredo and the chicken stuff, so good there.
I'll give you that. I'll give you the Italian dish, the cannoli. That's delicious just because it's cheese and powdered sugar.
No. That's the dessert.
I know.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
That's the only Italian food that I really, 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 really like is a good old cannoli.
We haven't gotten to the real one. Pizza.
I've said it before, and you all thought I was crazy.
1 to 10.
1 to 10, a pizza. That's going to be a 3 for me. So low on the scale, man.
Lindsay.
10.
Yeah.
Always.
Pretty much all those except peppers and onions that we've mentioned are about anywhere between an 8 and a 10 for me.
Really?
See, I love peppers and onions. I don't love the heartburn, but man, it's almost worth the heartburn for me.
A good bolognese pasta.
Well, Italian food. They are the Beatles for me.
A nice short
food.
short rib braised ragu.
Ragu, the sauce in a jar.
So it's just no. So good. I'm telling you, man, Italian food.
Mm-hmm.
Mind reading brain implant allows man to talk again. A 36-year-old patient who's being known as Pancho is the first person to try a mind-reading brain implant that lets him, quote, speak. He was paralyzed from the neck down by a stroke at the age of 20, and the device has allowed him to communicate at around 7 words per minute, despite only being able to move his eyes. After all that time, he did have something important to tell the researchers. They put the implant in. What do you think the first thing he said was?
Hello.
It's fantastic. I'm obviously asking because it's not hello.
Can I get a churro?
I'm hungry.
Not far off.
Uno cerveza, por favor.
I think they're just calling him Pancho. Not sure of his ethnicity.
Just saying. Why else would they call him Pancho?
This hospital food sucks.
Nice.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's speaking the truth.
He's like, if I could just tell him about the hospital food. Guys, I think it's working. He's about to say his first words. Everybody gather around. The hospital food sucks. Because it's a robot, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Somebody get him an In-N-Out.
Yeah.
All these stories are on our Facebook page at Facebook. Not I love you, not thank you,
Right.
not
This is incredible.
Yeah, none of those things.
What's
Hey,
that
I've been
say
waiting
for-
16 years to say something. None of that.
Mm-hmm. What's it say about the hospital food if it's that bad? Like all that overshadowed by the hospital food.
I mean, you kind of want to go, hey, it's just one guy's opinion.
We all know.
But he's been in the hospital 16 years. He's been like, oh, God, if I ever get the chance to talk again, this is airport runway worker killed after being sucked into the airplane engine.
Yikes.
Federal officials are investigating the weekend death of a grounds worker at the Alabama airport. NTSB said the worker at Montgomery Regional Airport was killed after he was sucked into the engine of an airplane. It happened Saturday afternoon, according to the NTSB. The American Airlines plane had just arrived from DFW when a ground support personnel was ingested into the engine. The unidentified worker was employed by Piedmont Airlines, which is a subsidiary of American Airlines. So, if you look at an engine, when it's not moving, it's got the little curly Q.
Mm-hmm.
That is on there to know if the plane engine is on.
Well, that makes perfectly good sense. Guess it didn't work for this guy, though.
He may not have been present that day or skipped that part of the training process.
I wonder what that is.
Dude, I don't even think you probably have time
No, you don't feel anything.
and does it? So when I was in high school, we had a family friend that owned a chicken farm.
Mm-hmm.
And during chicken harvest season, we would go and he'd pay us and you make good money, right?
Yeah.
And you load up just the females, you don't load up the males. But you have to kill the males. And you're supposed to pop their necks and throw them in one of the cages and then they get collected later, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes no sense. I'm sorry. Cancel me. I don't know. I'm just saying that's the way it worked.
Uh-huh.
Some of us, not me, would throw the chicken into the industrial fan. That chicken into the industrial fan, which are those big. Boom, 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 boom.
No, not me.
Have you seen my throws?
I would never do. Listen, Pepsi bowling champ of the 8th
That's
grade.
not throwing.
You got to throw a ball.
It's rolling.
Whatever. You rolled that rooster on into the fan.
And it kind of like the point being is it would stall the fan wouldn't just keep running.
Right.
Right? Like it kind of would.
Yeah, bog down a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that happening with an airplane?
You would think.
You would think. But if that's the case, if something that ends up getting sucked into the engine is automatically going to shut the engine off, that would not be a good idea for a plane. Because ducks, geese, birds, Superman, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, the movie where they landed the plane in the headset, that's what that was about.
Yeah. So if it was going to, shut off anytime something flew into the engine, well, they wouldn't be on the ground or they wouldn't be in the air.
And what type of plane are we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
A big one, a small one.
If it's a regional airport,
seater?
it's hard. No, it ain't a big one. But anyway, crazy. Got to take a break. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. That was 30 years ago.
Did you get any of the guts on you?
What is it?
No,
are you looking
checks
at
out.
A statute of limitations here to see if it's
Totally.
okay? Let's throw
I didn't say okay.
cocks in the fan. Come on.
Small town police station rocked by wild sex scandal. This is in Tennessee, where a small town police station was rocked by allegations of wild sexual misconduct after a married female officer allegedly had steamy romps with 6 male officers, including illicit on-duty liaisons, according to reports. Officer Megan Hall and her fellow law officers allegedly engaged in wild sexcapades that included sending dirty pictures, taking her top off at a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party.
What does that mean? They were filming it?
I guess so.
Give them a free hat.
Yeah.
Right. What is a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party?
I don't know, but I'm interested.
Sure. Some with young kids, huh? Were there young kids there? Underage?
I don't know. It never
that's
said
what
that.
Girls Gone Wild was most of the time.
That is true. That is true. And even having oral with 2 officers at the Laverne, Tennessee police station.
At the same time?
At the same time.
Get it, girl.
The steamy shenanigans in which Hall allegedly bragged about the size of one partner's genitals and
How is
claimed
that worthy of the story?
I don't know. She claimed to be in an open marriage. She not only led Hall to be canned, but led to the firings of 2 sergeants, 1 officer, and a detective, according to a December internal investigation. 2 other officers who allegedly had romps with Hall, they kept their jobs but wound up being suspended. The extracurricular activities took place at hotels and parties at other officers' houses and on a boat, while she was also accused of performing oral sex on 2 officers while on duty at the police station and police gym. Officials began to look into the swinging personal lives of the officers when the mayor himself received a tip that she was sleeping with several fellow cops.
Mayor didn't get the tip.
And had a threesome with an officer and his wife, among other claims. They were dismissed for violating police procedure and lying during the investigation, who had been witnessed choking an HR employee.
Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. I'm Corbin. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning. Hey, if you don't have plans for Friday, since it is St. Patrick's Day, then head on over to the website that rocks, KMOD.com, and register to win a seat for you and a friend on the party bus with Gimpy. Celebrate downtown from Guinness Stout and KMOD.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Morning, man. We got our 50th anniversary concert coming up in April, and you can still get some tickets. It is getting close to being sold out, so go ahead and get them now so you don't have to worry about it. KMOD.com.
On Tuesdays at 9, we do To Tell the Truth.
Time to tell the truth. This is your opportunity to ask anything you want. Just remember, keep it clean. No bodily fluids, nothing sexual, and don't forget, we can and will pass on a question. Let's open up the phone lines. Here's Corbin and the gang with all the truth you're going to need.
918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to the phone number 82945. I mentioned I lost my driver's license, but I found it. What's the last thing you lost, Lindsay?
The remote to my television. I eventually found it.
Or was it?
It was actually under the bed, but in a weird spot, like almost like the cat had hit it, or maybe it got kicked. under, like it had fallen off the bed and then someone may have kicked it, because it wasn't like under the bed, like where you sleep. It was like at the foot of the bed where it shouldn't have been. So that was strange.
I put air tags on my remotes because I was tired of looking for them. I'm not kidding.
You got it on everything.
sense.
Yeah, I do. It's made it easy. So,
Will you put one on your ID now?
well, no, because then it won't fit in my wallet.
Oh, good point.
Gimpy?
Probably, I guess, my keys to my Harley a couple months ago. Went out and partied it up, and I keep them in my cut. And I just threw it on the back of the couch like I normally do, and then weekend goes on by, and come Monday morning, I'm like, oh crap, I need to get gas. And I reach in there, I'm like, I don't have my keys. Holy crap, where's my keys? And I searched for like 3 days on those things. I even went back to the bar that I thought I'd left them at. Maybe they'd fallen out of my pocket there. Nope, no keys there. Well, they had plenty of keys, and they just weren't mine, which I find is bizarre. How do you leave your keys at the bar and never go back and get them?
Yeah.
I find that to be strange. 1, how did you get home? 2, why didn't you go back and get them? Why are they still here? Nonetheless, I ended up finding them. They slipped out of my pocket and landed behind the couch. As I was getting ready for work one morning, I looked down. I was like, seeing something shiny behind the couch. I'm like, what in the world's that? I go down there. Sure enough, there's my keys. All right.
Nice score.
Lost and founds are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The things you can find in there, you could, like glass sunglasses, especially if they just hand you the box,
right,
and let you go through it. You can find like nice sunglasses.
Like, these are mine and this is mine. I leave a lot here.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go through and do like cleanup after like a concert at like the BOK Center or like Rocklahoma grounds, just to see what you'd find out there. Because I've seen them at Rocklahoma, lawn chairs out there, all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, I wonder what kind of like fun stuff that they find out
Or
there,
like scuba diving in one of the lakes and collect all the Oakley sunglasses you'd probably find,
right?
Or wallets, whatever.
There is growing up there in Cedar Falls, Iowa, there was a bar called Shag Nasties. It was just a dance club, whatever. And my dad would take us like on a Sunday morning, and we would walk the parking lot because you could get people to drop keys, cash, sunglasses, whatever.
Drugs.
Never got very much money.
Yeah.
But the idea of like you can get money doing this is weird.
Oh,
yeah.
But we did it anyway. Corbin, I have a wallet that has a spot for an AirTag. It's awesome. Yes, if you lose your wallet, that is great.
Right.
But your driver's license, no. Will you put an egg on the Plinko board? Sure, we can do that, but I don't think it'll fit through the slots.
I think it'll just sit there.
Yeah, I don't think that would work very good.
No. But I get what they're saying. And okay.
That's not what they're saying?
Like to drink a raw egg.
To drink a raw egg.
Oh, well, that's not what it says.
Yeah.
It just says put an egg.
Well, I mean, if we lay the Plinko board down, we could put an egg on top of it.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah. But it won't fit through the thing.
But have you seen the price of eggs? They're expensive.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I don't think I've ever had a raw egg.
Never, ever.
It is no big deal.
That's fine.
Yeah. Even then, a lot of people do smoothies, like health smoothies, and they put egg white.
Yeah.
But then you're mixing it up with all the other jive that goes with it. We're talking like old school Rocky styles, 3 raw eggs in a glass, slam it down.
Like the hangover fix.
Let's see. You'd have to be careful. What's the most non-safe for work thing you did last weekend, Lindsay?
The non-safe for work thing I did last weekend. Kids weren't home, so walked around naked.
Okay. Gimpy?
Yeah. I mean, I live by myself, so I think that's fantastic. I sit there on my couch with my robe just splayed wide open and nothing underneath playing video games. So, I mean, I guess that's it. You got a picture of me on the couch, naked as a jaybird.
Video game.
Keep that in mind next time you go to his house and sit on the couch.
Right. Or you want to grab my controller and play video games.
All men are adjusters. I don't care what they say.
Every last one of us. And my controller, I have to hold it in my lap, kind of, sort of, because my arms are a little different.
not safe for work thing I did last weekend. I mean, I was in a hotel room with my kids 20 feet from me. So I guess walk from the shower to the bedroom,
Yeah.
to the room to change would have been the most non-safe for work thing. What's a TV show you feel people would judge you for watching?
Yeah.
Long list.
There's a few. Probably the dating ones, like The Perfect Match on Netflix and Love is Blind, The Real Housewives, of course. Those are the top three.
Gimpy.
All right, here we go. 75. That's 75.
Probably. It's probably going to be the new Night Court.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hooked on that.
I know you said it was awesome.
It is. It is for cheesy television. It is awesome. There's only one original player. That's Dan Felding and played by John Larroquette. And the rest of it's all new cast. But it's the same crappy TV show as it was in the 90s. And I love it. I love it.
See, I don't judge you for that because you like the Tubi shows and all that old school.
I do, but I mean, like, it's the new version, so it's like, why can't you just sit there and watch old Night Court? Because there's a new Night Court, that's why.
Yeah, no different from watching the Connors, I suppose.
I guess,
or when
but
Roseanne came back.
That's a good question, Lindsay. I feel like that was different because Roseanne was such an iconic show, way different than Night Court was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way raunchier.
Yeah. It is in his wheelhouse, though. Mine would have to be something like some of those stupid real estate shows.
Okay.
What's the one on Netflix and they're all glammed up? It's LA something.
Selling
Sunset.
Sunset.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that show. Because you see these houses and you're like, damn.
Yeah. If
That is no way. I would never want a house like that. Like some of these houses, the floors are like all marble floors. They're gorgeous. I don't want to clean them.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Come
but
on.
if you're to afford a house like that, you've got a cleaning crew to come in and take care of it for you.
Okay, let me rephrase it. I don't want to manage a cleaning crew. Right?
Yeah.
The amount of effort I'd have to put into managing those people, checking the work or not liking how they did. I like just blaming myself.
Right.
When it comes to cleaning that stuff, you know? What did you think of the episode of Last of Us where the girl got taken and she kicked ass? So not this one from Sunday the week before, Lindsay.
That was the best episode, I think, in the series. It was badass. She definitely kicked ass.
Gimpy?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought she went ham on that guy at the end and kind of lost her ass, and which I'd imagine would happen in a situation like that. So far, is it the best one of the series so far? No. That was definitely Sunday's episode, the season finale.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, dude.
It's good?
Oh, yeah.
Lindsay said it wasn't good.
I was a little underwhelmed. I found it a little underwhelming.
As a guy who played the game, both of them, and watching Joel go through and murder everyone to save, spoiler alert, to save Ellie, dude, it was pretty badass. I'm like, I remember playing that part. I remember doing that. That was awesome.
Yeah, I think that's what makes this show so appealing for people that have played the game is you know what's coming, right? Mm-hmm. To a degree.
Yeah.
They don't hit it perfectly, but you know, like certain scenes you see, you're like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But also for people that have never played the video game, you can easily follow it. Somebody texted in and said they can't get enough of Last of Us and they started watching it because of us.
Wow. You're welcome.
What was the question? Oh, TV show. We did that, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes, that episode with Last of Us. Yeah, it was an awesome. Every episode has been awesome. Even if you don't agree with two dudes kissing or whatever, it was still like something we hadn't seen before in those type of shows. Another text. The last episode wasn't the best. I don't think Gibby said it was the best.
He did.
I did.
You said it was the best one yet?
Yeah, the best out of the series so far. I think so.
If you like Love Island, you will like Perfect Match, made by the same people. I think Lindsay's watched it.
Yep. Yeah, I think it is good. Yeah, it's one of my guilty pleasures. I didn't think I was gonna actually like it. I think I even told you that one morning, but no, it's pretty damn good.
If you were single, would you rather hook up with a stranger or hook up with your least favorite ex?
Oh, God.
Stranger. Easy. Why would I hook up with an ex?
Gimpy?
Stranger danger all day.
Yeah, stranger for sure. Stranger's exciting.
Exactly.
An ex opens a can of worms.
And it's your least favorite?
Yeah.
Your least favorite?
No, thank you. I'll hook up with probably my most favorite ex, but not the least.
Well, hold on. Let's reword it.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather eat at a restaurant that may be the best restaurant you've ever eaten at, or maybe not, or eat in a restaurant where you know the menu?
But the menu's a bitch.
Doesn't matter. You may normally be a chicken finger guy, but you ain't getting chicken fingers there because you know they ain't good. Where you might get chicken fingers at this new restaurant that's a strange restaurant to you.
Yeah.
And gamble.
So you know that this restaurant, you know the menu, you know you love this place. And this place, have I heard?
No, you don't love this place.
Oh, you just
never
know
been
the
there
menu.
before. Yeah, it's your ex.
Yeah.
Your least favorite ex.
Right.
So you don't love.
Oh, you
just know the menu.
You just know the menu.
Yeah, the strange restaurant you've never been to, so you have no idea what's good or bad or anything else. You're just like, this restaurant was open. You're picking the restaurant you know because you know the menu.
Not necessarily.
Oh my gosh, I got to tell you something mind-blowing.
Oh,
this
crap.
is crazy.
All right, what is it?
I owe an apology. A giant apology.
Really?
Yes, a giant apology.
Okay.
I am sorry, Cheesecake Factory.
Why? What happened?
We ate there because I have children, and they had chicken nugs.
Mm-hmm.
So we eat there, and we get food. It was good.
You got something besides cheesecake?
Yeah, we didn't get
cocktail.
Oddly, we got no cheesecake. Their pizza, their flatbread pizza, money.
Okay.
Their crust was money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's something for you to say that for the pizza connoisseur that you are.
My wife got a burger. It was really good.
Okay.
The fries were really good. They might not pass the Gimpy test, but they were good. The bread was good. The chicken nugs were good. I got steak. It was good.
Huh.
I'm sorry.
Apology accepted.
Cheesecake. Well, you're not Cheesecake Factory.
Right.
I'm sorry, Cheesecake Factory.
They're like, it's okay.
Were
You
their
can come
fries
back now.
seasoned, or were those like?
Had salt on
I feel
them.
like they had. Oh, okay. So they don't do like the Parmesan.
I think
feel
they
like
do some of those.
Okay.
Their menu's over 19 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't like about it. I'm like, I don't want to read a novel to figure out what I want to eat.
No joke. The lady goes, hey, and we're doing whatever brunch or whatever on page 17.
Oh.
And I turned to my wife and she's looking at me and I go, page 17, honey. Page, not 15, not 10,
Yeah.
not 8, 17.
Right.
And that wasn't even the last page.
Right. That's crazy to me. Like going back, thinking about the times you waited tables and you go in and you write down what today's specials are. And then now you're writing down and what page, you have to tell people.
I mean, maybe if you're a newbie, you get
like-
used to that pretty quick.
I guess.
Just like you used to writing your name upside down on the brown paper. Like you get that stuff figured out. So yes, Cheesecake Factory, I'm sorry. Their flatbread pizza was good. I thought about it yesterday. I was like, man,
Yeah.
we're going to be going to Cheesecake Factory, baby.
Right. And I come to find out it was just the one that you ate at.
Entirely possible.
It is
Yeah.
possible.
Entirely possible. Like they were out of their normal pizza dough, so they may whip some up.
Right.
Somebody was like, hey, I didn't have flour. Street taco or white people taco?
Street.
Do you know the difference,
taco.
Lindsay?
Oh yeah.
What's the difference?
Street taco is the meat, the cilantro, onions.
Yeah.
And that is the way. Or I'll even do it with the beef tongue instead of steak. Like they're awesome. Yeah. Taco trucks.
Gimpy?
Give me a cracker taco any day, man. I like them. I'm not a big fan of the soft, soggy corn tortillas. All right. You got 3 basic ingredients, your protein, your onions, and your cilantro with some lime on top. All right, that man. I like a good crispy. I could go to Taco Bell, Taco Bueno, or any place that serves crispy tacos, white people tacos, and mow down on about a dozen of them and be all right with it. Nah,
Yeah.
me.
White tacos are going to have cheese on them or some sort of dairy product.
Lettuce, tomatoes on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I got to choose?
Yeah.
They're tacos. They're always good. Listen, even if the taco sucks, I can put salsa on it.
Right.
Or queso.
Right. Something.
It don't matter. Tacos are delicious.
Yeah.
Every time I'm eating a taco, if I get my choice.
Yep.
Street taco, okay. Have a little pulled pork or some El Pastor? Yeah. Have a white person taco with cheese and sour cream? Yes. Chipotle tacos are no joke, man. They're so good.
Yeah. It's yesterday I read the word taco and I was like, now I want tacos. It's just one of the
all right, we got to take a break. We'll be back.
You're listening to the Big Mad Morning Show. This is Tulsa's Morning Show. 97.5 KMOD.
both hands around his neck, starts choking him. And he's like, oh, my goodness. So he puts his hands on her hands and she stands up and she punts him, knees him right in the groin. He falls down and she takes off for the parking lot. The police are called. She gets arrested and booked into the county sheriff's office because, they can definitely smell a strong odor of alcohol on her. She's charged with battery on someone 65 years or older.
Naughty Bear looks like a pretty groovy place to go.
It just looks like a bar.
On the water.
Well, they're Florida.
Yeah, they're in Florida.
I know.
A lot of bars on the water in Florida.
Oh, look at this. They got pictures of dolphins. Dolphins right there as you're having your cocktail.
No wonder she didn't want
We don't get that here.
The ocean's a pretty amazing thing.
We don't get that here. Give me an Oklahoma dolphin and I'll be all right.
I mean,
there you go. Horrified gas station staff find severed human penis in parking lot. This happened in Mobile, Alabama. Petrol station. The staff there were given the shock of their lives when they discovered a human penis on site. This bizarre discovery was made just yesterday. Actually, Thursday. No, what is today? What's today? Wednesday? Monday. This happened January 30th.
What's happening?
I have no
Little after
idea.
6 a.m., police officers showed up, collected the severed appendage as evidence. According to the reports, police do not believe the findings is proof of any foul play, but it is not clear whose member was actually found. My favorite quote, one employee simply told local reporters, it was a whole D. A statement at 4 from the Mobile Police Department stated the incident was not being investigated as an assault or a murder, adding it was a mystery how on earth the penis ended up there. Footage saw local reporters apparently showing a black truck pulling into the station around 6:15 a.m. to fill up. Then the truck pulls away before a penis then falls onto the car park tarmac. Once a report was made, a heavy police presence attends the store, located in the port city of Mobile on Alabama's Gulf Coast. The area got taped off while police investigated the incident, which has caused a stir in the local community. I mean, they're saying that the discoveries like this at the petrol stations are pretty common. I guess in
finding penises at a gas station is common.
Not necessarily penises, but in 2021,
his penis intact.
So what's common then?
Finding bodies and
Bodies and body parts, I guess.
Yes, at this particular gas station.
I'm not buying this. The story doesn't cite a news source other than Boing Boing and Daily Star. It doesn't refer to, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't go to like a local place.
Right. You think something like that would make local news, at least headlines.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying I'm not buying it because that's a crazy story that a penis was found in a parking lot.
Maybe this is a hot spot for like lot lizards. And one trucker was like, "Hey, baby, you here for a good time?" And this lady, this lot lizard, climbs into the truck, and then the dude finds out that it's a dude, and he's like, "Ow, no, you've got a dong," and then slices it off, and then tosses it out the window, and then continues carrying his load to Birmingham.
I don't know. And I would think the Mobile Police Department would have this on their site. Like on their Facebook or something.
Oh, they got nothing on there either?
Not that I can see.
Fake news.
And they're keeping it hush-hush until they know more.
Oh, yeah, it's the Russians.
Hey, we don't know whose penis this is. If anybody has details, let us know.
Or they're probably looking at the tapes trying to investigate that truck. Kind of like the Idaho murders.
Which
they
was
were being
what?
quiet until they had more.
It was all over the news.
But they weren't saying what they had. That's why like the parents were being so disgruntled.
So Daily Star,
time.
some weird rag got the break.
Well, they're the only ones running with it.
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying, right? It's a great story.
Well, Lindsay, I'll see your severed schlong and raise you a giant dildo. Shoplifter caught trying to steal a giant 30-inch dildo. This happens in West Hollywood at the Circus of Books, which was formerly known as Chi Chi LaRue's. Not really important, but it's a funny name nonetheless. So the video's on our Facebook page, and they say that this drunken patron stumbles into the Circus of Books. You see him walking around a little bit, and then they go over and they wrap both arms around this giant 30-inch black dildo and then just walk right on out the door with it. But one of the employees, Marcus Blackwell, says that they were ready like Freddy. His quote. They went out there, they chased the person down, they retrieved the big black schlong, and they brought it back and they put it back on display where they picked it up at. Now, they didn't say whether they called the cops or anything like that, but they did say that this big black rubber wiener can be yours for $699.95.
Wow.
So 30 inches, damn near to a doorknob, right?
Yeah.
Doorknob's 36 inches.
Yeah.
That's not even the story. The story is how girthy it is.
Boy, it's massive. I've got the measurements right here. This massive black is 30 inches. It says here that it measures at 30.7 inches, so that's the height.
Yeah.
And 6.88 inches wide at the base, and then 11 inches wide at the
end.
The end.
So it's,
testicle area.
It's like a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, it's a big bitch. It is huge. That is not for use. That's strictly for display.
In the video, she grabs it with one arm and it almost falls off. That's how top.
It's a big one. It's a honker.
Yeah. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, do you know how much it is?
How much price wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, $699.95 plus tax.
I go to a sex shop and I'm like, $30.
Yeah, right. I'm not going to spend $700 for something that'll just sit in the corner and get dusty.
Exactly. A lot of people, it's payday today, and you're like, "Whoo, dog, been saved."
Valentine's Day's coming up.
Hey man, we're going out. Can't. Saving up. Got to get a sex toy. Would you rather get your ass beat once a day, every day for the rest of your life in front of your spouse and kids, or go to prison for 2 years? Lindsay.
Go to prison for 2 years.
So you wouldn't miss your 2 years of your kid's football game?
Yeah. I don't want to get my ass beat
2 years Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. This is pretty awesome. Somebody started this online. of things that you swore as a child you would never do, but now you do as adults.
Fun.
And my favorite one is I got a dog and I put clothes on her. I always said I would never do that. Because you see people do it and you're like, that's silly.
Why would anybody want to put a sweater on a dog?
And then you get a dog and you're like, it's so cute though.
Look at these little sneakers.
Another one. I wanted nothing more than to escape my family for good and never come back.
Wow.
And then I got help and I did not expect that. So they went back to them. Smoking. I've quit after 20 years, been smoke-free for 4 months. Diet sodas. In my youth, I swore I'd just die of diabetes before I drank that swill. Now I'm in my 40s, and unless the soda is sweetened with real sugar, I actually prefer diet zero sugar options.
All right.
I would never eat broccoli, and I love it now.
I hear that. That was me in Brussels sprouts.
We went to, in Dallas, we went to this place that sells only outdoor furniture.
Okay.
And I was standing there looking at this stupidly overpriced wicker chair. And I looked at my wife and she saw this look of disgust on me. She's like, what? I'm like, what are we doing?
Being old.
It's what she said. There was variation thereof. And she was like, yeah. I was like, okay. Where are the teak wood?
Yeah.
Right. Nah, man, wicker's where it's at.
Don't even get me started on that
years
stuff.
Later, it splinters and cut your leg when you sit down.
The plastic one that looks like wicker, but it's not. It's more
plastic.
It's like it's made for the weather. Yeah.
Isn't wicker made for the weather?
No, it's wicker. It's wood, so it's gonna,
wood's not made for the weather.
And it's going to.
Right? It's literally been living outside in the elements for centuries.
It's not made for the rain and the snow and.
How do those other trees do it then?
I guess if you treat it, I don't know.
Treat it. Hey,
keep it covered in the winter and all of that.
Funny.
What's something you do, Lindsay, that you can't believe you do as an adult? You didn't think you would do as a kid? Like, I have a favorite burner. That's one of my favorite things. Like, I have a favorite burner on my stove. As a kid, that would have never clicked with me.
Yeah, I didn't think about that as a kid, though. So, I mean, when I was a kid, I said I would never smoke, and I became a smoker.
But didn't you start smoking as a kid?
Yeah, I was a teenager. Yeah. I never thought I would drink whiskey. I tried that as a kid. And as an adult, I love it. And I didn't drink that as a teen. I was more of a Zima girl. So, yeah, drinking whiskey.
Gimpy?
Trying to think of something, leaving my kids to raise themselves.
That was the most honest thing I've ever heard you say on the radio.
I'll be with my children forever. Even if you hate your mama. Nope. See you, bitch. I'm out the door. Yeah. Yeah, because like I started, everybody in my family smoked cigarettes with the exception of my Aunt Valerie. So I knew I was destined to be a smoker growing up. And I started at a young age. Drinking, same way. My dad, he was a drinker growing up. So yeah, there's really not much. I'm falling right in line with my folks.
Oh, that's we become our parents.
Absolutely. And then
100%
makes fun of us on a commercial for it or whatever. Geico or whatever.
Yeah, I love those commercials. Yeah. When he's cleaning his trash cans.
Right?
He's like, you never can be too careful about trash.
Right?
Because he puts his address and phone number on his trash can. Right. I saw that. I was like, that's a good idea.
In case somebody steals your trash can, you never
didn't know where to return it.
Right. Glad you got to use it for your keg party there, John. Get my trash can back.
The elevator one, too, where the girl's wearing the Paris shirt.
Right.
Oh, bonjour.
Notice how everybody else is facing the same direction.
Yes, he's staring at everybody.
Like he's holding an audience or something.
When we get in the elevator and someone does that, I just cringe. Or the most honest one was probably they see the push the fifth floor and they're like, huh, heck of a view, huh?
Right? That's where all the fun's at, isn't it?
Oh, right.
Yeah, it sure is.
This guy.
Too bad you'll never see it up here.
Right.
Nope.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Yeah, those are embarrassing. My wife loves them because she's like, that's you.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you're stuck.
Right.
Leave because I'm getting half.
Right.
Okay. All right. We're going to reset. We're going to take a break and we'll be back.
Tulsa's morning show. Oh, yeah. Is coming.
Information.
Oh, yeah.
I'm constantly on the hunt for it. And the amount of useless things I cultivate and put to the side and never use is endless. And then when it's time to recall it, I'm like, I know a thing. So these are some of those. I don't know. Have you ever been to the park and fed the ducks or the geese or whatever?
Yeah.
What do you take?
Bread, crackers,
Bread,
or
right?
whatever's left over in the pantry about to expire.
Sour cream and onion chips or bugles or whatever.
Well, apparently giving bread to ducks is really bad for them because it ruins their digestive system.
Yeah.
So you're killing ducks.
Like, I don't care.
So now when you go and you see that, just laugh that those people are killing ducks. So this one's a little deep, so bear with me. Control, Shift, and T will restore an accidentally closed tab. So if you've ever been on your computer and a tab closes, Control, Shift, and T will bring that tab back.
Well, that's fun.
And Control, Alt, Shift, T will bring back a window you accidentally closed.
Huh. That's a lot to be pressing at one time.
For you, yes.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Well, that's fun to know because there's been plenty of times that I'll be buzzing around and accidentally hit the X button and it closes everything. And I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
I got to start all over again. Okay. Control Shift T.
Yeah. I mean, if you close the program, you're probably out of luck. But this one I learned not too long ago. But antiperspirant and deodorant are not the same thing. Antiperspirant stops you from sweating. Deodorant covers up the smell of sweating.
Yeah.
Which do you prefer?
I don't wear it.
At all? Right. You Mr. Stinky Pits all day, every day, huh?
I mean, I don't stink.
Okay. I guess it helps to do something.
I don't stink.
Even after when you're rolling around.
No, I mean, if I'm like doing yard work or, sweating it up, yes, of course.
I have to put deodorant on every day. And if I don't, because there's been times that I forget, I've had to go and buy a small little travel size stick for here because I'm like, I feel weird. I feel weird without any on. And then I feel like I can smell it.
Do you shave your armpit hair?
I trim. I don't shave.
Right. Yeah.
I don't shave bald down like a lady or whatever. But yeah, I knock that stuff down. But yeah, that seems to be a trend nowadays where ladies are letting it grow out like man length armpit hairs and like dyeing it or just letting it be.
Dyeing it.
And I find that the most disgusting thing ever.
I don't think that's common.
I don't think it is either. I think maybe it's like a handful of people.
Okay.
Some people are doing it. I didn't learn until like in my 40s to trim my armpit hair.
Oh, absolutely. You have to. You get all poking out like you got buckwheat in a headlock.
No one ever told me.
Or shave down yonder.
I've talked about that.
Trim that as well. You stinking ass.
Yeah, it looks like an abandoned house. Yeah. Humans do use 100% of your brain.
What? I mean,
it's a myth that you use only 10%. Your brain can't handle walking and using your smartphone at the same time.
You can't handle walking, and I do it every day.
Your brain can't handle walking and using your smartphone at the same time. This says each activity uses the same cognitive functions. So you can be walking along, looking at Twitter, and not notice that the moving object coming toward you is a car.
Because you got your face buried in the phone. Pay attention. Look up every now and again.
But you can talk on the phone and do it, right?
Looking ahead.
The one who walks straight into a passerby because we're busy texting. Try not to be that person because your brain can't handle it.
I guess it makes sense. I always chalked it up to just dirt not looking, not paying attention because you're busy looking at your phone.
Yeah, you're not paying attention because you can't.
Mhm.
Right.
Remember the limits of 3 in human endurance. You can go 3 minutes without air, 3 hours in extreme conditions without shelter, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. Assuming you're breathing, then your priorities in a survival situation are shelter, water, food, in that order.
Interesting.
Which explains why Naked and Afraid is all. Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show. One thing I saw that I wanted to bring up is the story of a teacher. A lunch aide. She works at a school in Connecticut, and she apparently had a sexual relationship with a 14-year-old.
Whoa.
Wow.
According to records, Andy Rosafort, she's a lunch aide, and she had sex with this 14-year-old. She's accused of second-degree sexual assault, enticing a minor by computer and risk of injury to a minor. She, of course, has pled not guilty. And apparently, she sent the teenage boy nude photos and videos over Snapchat for 6 months. And one of his friends apparently told his mom about it, and that's what led the police to get involved.
Huh.
The victim's friend told a parent that their friend was sexually assaulted by a lunch worker. According to a television station, the affidavit said the boy was at a party when he left and returned acting strange and told his friends about the lunch lady. I added that. The affidavit says that the lunch lady was talking to the freshman boys on social media. The boy said the lunch lady had been talking to him on Instagram and Snapchat. She had been a lunch lady since 2022. He received messages from the lunch lady that said, quote, "You want to see something?" With a nude photo. I don't know if she sounds like that. Full disclosure. When asked if she sent it by mistake, she sent another. The television station says that she sent unsolicited nude photographs and videos of her masturbating and attended his sports games. That's, to me, that it's obviously wrong.
Yes.
But then when she starts attending his sporting events,
Yeah.
Right. There's a connection there.
She's obsessed.
phone locations show the lunch lady and the victim were in the same place when the alleged sexual assault happened. She had a shirtless photo of the boy on her phone. Shirtless how? Like, was he at the pool? Right? In his swim trunks?
Or was she asking for him when he was getting undressed at home, ready to take a shower? What's going on? Getting ready for bed?
I'm just saying a male with no shirt on
Yes.
does not, I don't know if that constitute, maybe it does constitute child pornography. But if it does, then we need to reevaluate what happens at a pool.
Right. And you need to look at all those stupid American Eagle advertisements.
For sure. They should all be checked. They're sus at best. Right?
Right.
The lady apparently doesn't have any more social media pages. She has shut them all down.
Did it say how old she is?
31 is what I said.
She's not that bad looking. I mean, looking at her, I'm like,
yeah, she's fine. Lunch lady, she's a 9 in Lunch Lady Land.
Oh, she's a 9 in Lunch Lady Land. Does she come with a hairnet?
I wonder if she has children.
Orthopedic shoes.
Apparently, the parents started thinking something was up because he gained so much weight. Just kidding.
Give him extra pudding pops.
Yeah. I know how you kids like them extra sloppy.
They all go through the line, but he's got a special tray.
Right.
I've got yours right here, boy.
No, you get the gold tray. That's the special tray. That's terrible.
None of the lunch ladies looked anything close.
Yeah, she's probably the hottest out of all of them.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, I'll take second happens.
Yeah. Ugh. Hey, someone needs to take some milks to Chad's room. I'll do it. Yeah. The weird, she puts the roll on his tray and slightly touches his hand.
Right.
Oh.
Drags her finger across the top of his hand.
Hey, listen, we're not making fun of people that are predators on children.
No.
We're just thinking of the weird scenarios that would have developed that happen in normal, common relationships.
Absolutely.
You think it didn't happen with this kid? It did.
They did. They built a connection.
Constantly getting extra. Why do you get extra milks, Chad?
Man, everybody else got white milk. How come you got chocolate milk today, man?
I didn't even know we had strawberry.
Right. Or just a special case of strawberry milk just for Chad.
Those pizzas are so good, man. Yeah, I can get us more. How?
Right.
I thought we only get one lunch. Well.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, where'd you get this pizza at home? We only get this at school.
Lindsay, what'd you learn today?
I learned that today is Pi Day, the numerical constant with no ending, basically the math equivalent to the Oscars. And I also learned that Gimpy licks the rim like a dog. But how do you get your leg over your head?
Gimpy, what'd you learn today?
Very tricky. I learned Miss Rosenfort's.
I learned that Lindsay hears taco and she gets wet in her mouth. And I also learned when Gimpy loses his controller, you do not want to help him look for it. Corbin say, make sure that dishwasher's loaded right.
It's Lindsay, stop tracking my cycle.
It's Gimpy, and I'm sorry.
Far too kind.
It makes it way more intense. Regardless if it's a news story or a story your friend's telling you. One factor has to do with feces will change the dynamic of a story. I have found another one that changes the dynamic of a story.
Really? Non-poop related, huh?
Non-poop related.
All right, then.
So the headline, I'm leaving out the crazy part. I'm leaving out part of the crazy. 2 kids killed after a bus driver crashes into a daycare.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I've got the factor added to any story makes it more crazy.
Okay.
2 kids killed after totally naked bus driver crashes into daycare.
Totally naked, huh? That will change any story.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Man.